Hey, buddy.
Merry Christmas.
Fuck you. Not excited. Not excited. But, you know, it's Christmas time.
Right.
I don't like how this sounds.
That's exactly what I was just
this,
thinking.
The
Yeah.
hat on.
I don't care. Just turn my headphones up a little bit.
That's all right.
Yo, turn me up in the headphones.
You skinny fucking bitch.
You know what? I do what I can.
It's nice. You look
Thanks. Thank you very much.
good. Yeah, little Jack fuel for me.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, it is.
All right.
100%.
You got something special.
Yeah, for our Christmas episode. I got.
So this is the last time, until there's maybe some traction later on, that I'm going to mention Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee.
Yep.
Check out some friends of the show, CQ, the Pop Culture Warrior, Tuesday nights on Facebook Live. The Trevor Jackson podcast is officially on a hiatus until after the first of the year. And then he's also got them Jackson Boys, the Two Brothers podcast with Troy and Trevor. Happened in the 90s with Steve and Matt. And then Dumbass Dudes podcast with Benny, Chang, Joel, I don't know his last name, and then Evan. Joel Williamson, and then Evan, whatever his last name is.
I don't know.
The Andy Harris on Twitter.
Yeah.
Which
the Dumbass Dudes are going to be having this on their podcast finally.
Yes, and
finally after the first of the year.
We were on the Swamp Talk podcast recently, just released within the last week, and then we're also on True Criminals podcast released over the last week or two.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And then I didn't read your book podcast. I don't know that that's released yet. I didn't read your book, but we were guest spots on all of those. The most fun was the Swamp Talk.
Yeah.
I, for whatever reason, was in rare form that night and just went balls to the wall.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I was the calm one.
You were the calm one.
But
great. I made everyone laugh.
You did.
Maybe I am the funny one.
You should be proud of yourself.
I don't know where it's like. It was like in old school when they ask Will Ferrell the question and he just goes like and just answers.
Well, I feel like I teed you off and I teed you up initially with the calling you the Holocaust denier.
You did.
Then shit just went off the rails from there.
It did. And whatever I built, I don't even remember everything I said, but I just remember it had something to do with taking the good with the bad.
Yeah, the bright side of everything.
Yeah.
All right. So tonight I brought us a special Christmas present. Even though I hate Christmas, I love you. And I got us tonight some Midleton very rare vintage release 2019 Irish fucking whiskey.
Nice.
It's beautiful wooden packaging. I can never do that the right way.
It's
the Midleton
almost 3 years old. 2019.
Yeah, not including the whiskeys that are blended. Yeah. It's vintage by 3 years.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
I guess I'll put that here. And this, goddammit, is not going in the fucking suicide bottle. You can eat a dick.
All right. And for anyone watching or listening, we know it says Xmas, but we decided to put the cross back in Christmas. So cheers.
My friend. Oh, goddamn.
That is so like good. Drinking baby Jesus' stem cells.
Yes, it is. I feel it healing my body.
It is so good.
Yeah,
it is so good.
Well worth it. And like I said, I've had the 21-year Redbreast before, which I think is fucking fantastic, but this is on par with it for me.
Yeah.
Hey, cheers, Andre.
Andre, I don't know what holiday you celebrate, if it's Christmas or what. I'm going to assume it's Christmas, but cheers.
I'm assuming Kwanzaa.
I don't know why you would assume that. You might as well just call him eloquent.
Right. Oh my gosh. All right.
Talking about you today, Andre, to my wife, actually.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So anyway, Christmas time
is
upon us. When this releases, it'll be 2 days after Christmas.
Correct.
And I may or may not have killed myself. So,
all right. What's the over? Anyone that's watching or listening to this, we need to get a bet going. What's the over under on Steven killing himself this year?
So I feel like that. I mean, this might be a.
Oh, geez, man, that's good. I want to just continue drinking it, but I need to.
I never pronounce it. This could be a fucking
postmortem.
Yeah, and just releases after my death, and that's
I got you. Yeah,
I never can pronounce it correctly, so I'm not even going to try because I don't want to deal with your fucking mockery.
Well, I'm not sure what you're trying to say, so I don't.
Whatever.
I don't know.
Whenever somebody gets famous, or whenever somebody like releases some shit after they're dead,
Oh,
Post.
I think it's called Tupacking.
Tupacking. I like that better. Yeah. We might be Tupacking this episode.
Right. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Speaking of Christmas, got off work today, came home. My wife wanted to go out and do a little bit of last minute shopping.
Oh, God damn.
Which is fine. It wasn't that bad. I mean, traffic was rough at times. It really wasn't that bad. But
did you go to the mall?
No.
Okay, I'll say
no. I mean, I live right next to the mall.
Right.
But no, I did not go to the mall. But ended up in a Christian bookstore for her to buy a gift for her grandmother.
Okay.
And I almost bought you the military Bible. Like the military Bibles, and I almost bought it for you.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah, I almost bought it for you.
Yeah, my coworker got me a Bill Murray book, and it's like has every character of his broken down, and then like paintings and shit people have done.
Oh yeah,
it's fucking.
Was it
amazing.
Like what do they call it? White Elephant, or do you guys Dirty Santa? Or he just
I bought some whiskey for the for the shop,
gotcha.
And then he and some gin. I bought it. He'd never had aviation gin. And, and
oh yeah, I saw that.
So I bought us that gift set of aviation. Yeah. So god damn, this is good whiskey.
It's very good. When I get closer to the bottom, I'm gonna drop an ice cube in it
just to see.
Well, I've had some 30-year Midletons, and I drank half of it with and half without.
Yeah,
and drank half without.
Oh, and honestly, people talk shit about ice, but ice actually opens up a different flavor.
With an Irish whiskey, it's definitely there. But anyway, I'm here for it.
Yep.
How about that?
You're welcome, Trevor.
Thanks for the show, guys.
Thanks for your show.
You know what? Thanks for tuning in, Trev.
We love Trevor, and we love Andre. Did I mention last time? I may have. I don't remember. Trevor's going to be in my wife's podcast at some point.
You did.
So is Troy.
Troy's and Troy both were going to be in there. So
separately,
excited
because they're a lot together.
Are they?
No, they're
okay. Trevor's been releasing some knowledge lately in his podcast.
Yeah.
So
I say like hiatus, I know. I don't listen to
these hiatus episodes. He's been but anyway,
I've been throwing back. I've been listening like the last 2 days, like 4 Year Strong's album they released this last year. That's all I've been listening to on repeat.
I went on a dashboard kick. We'll get into that in a little while.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But so Christmas, I have to travel tomorrow.
Yeah.
To Huntsville, Alabama.
Yep.
And then up to Pulaski. Yep. And then back home.
Yep. I am going to be drinking heavily and probably watching Die Hard or Resident Evil. I don't know which, but
okay.
Or I might watch Demolition Man 2 or 3 times. It's
okay. Yeah.
Basically, it's shitty action movies, and
you think the first Die Hard's a shitty action movie?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No. Dated, maybe, but not.
Yeah, shitty. For sure dated.
But it's fucking still.
Fuck anyone that says Die Hard's not a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the people bringing that up.
I'm tired of the debate. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so fuck Christmas right now because my wife just found her Christmas present right before we started recording. When you were sitting outside smoking and I came down, she just found her Christmas present.
So in other words, you did a shitty job of hiding it.
No. I put it in a room that she has no reason to go into and hasn't been going into at all. And for whatever reason, she's looking for her gift wrapping tape.
Mm-hmm.
And she went into the exercise room that has never had a roll of gift wrapping tape to look for gift wrapping tape.
I'd like to just rewind a bit. You said it's a room she has no business being in.
No. Right now, it's not
exercise room.
It has no exercise equipment in it yet.
I know, but I'm still saying.
Yes, I understand that. I understand that.
She don't know what the fuck she was doing.
Well, she left the kitchen where she should have been and went right into the exercise room.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, there's never been gift wrapping tape in there. And she walked in there and it was in the closet back up against the wall. And she walked in and she walked in, looked around for a second, and then started back out. So there's no way she could have seen it at that point. And I went in the kitchen. And I was like, oh, because Olivia knows it's in there. And then all of a sudden I hear her go, did I just find my Christmas present? Yeah. I think it upset my daughter more than it did me. Like it upset is not the right word. It's irritating.
Okay.
It's irritating.
Yeah.
She's very excited about what she got. And I said, well, you don't get to have it until Christmas now. You get to just know it's there and not, I'm going to go in there and use it. I'm going to go in there and use
just exercise equipment.
Yeah. I'm going to go in there and use it before she does.
Okay.
Just because of that. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. Whatever. Fuck Christmas now.
I'm
done with Christmas.
Is it ruined for you
no,
now?
Yeah. You know what? It's actually, we're taking the X out. I'm taking the cross back out of Christmas. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Which actually, if you want to get technical, at the time period where Jesus was crucified during, it was probably one of the X crucifixes.
One of those sadomasochism crosses.
Yes.
Sex dungeon style.
Sex dungeon style.
And them Romans, man.
Kiki bitches.
And Jews act like they're not, but
God
all the
damn.
ugly ones are.
You're gonna start there. Jesus, man.
What do you? I feel like you teed me up again, not on purpose this time.
Yeah, I think you're just going for offensive at this point.
I'm not though.
You're not?
I'm going for making you laugh is the thing.
Okay.
That's it. If I make you laugh, then
Which is offensive.
it can
most
be,
part,
but
yeah.
you laugh at some stuff that's not offensive.
True.
But,
I laugh
that's
at all
just
kinds of
whatever.
things.
Whatever.
I'm one thing I'm not laughing about is how goddamn good this Midleton is.
It's so good.
Jesus.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I want to get, it's still on my list to get the 27-year red breast,
right.
but it's like $800 a bottle.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ain't no breast worth that.
Red ones are.
What was I going to say? So I'm traveling for Christmas tomorrow. When do you travel?
Fucking Sunday.
Now you got one trip to make, or you got to go multiple places?
Yeah, North Carolina and then Fayetteville and then back.
Oh, you
at
got to
some
go
point.
get
Gotta go get the little bastards. But I hate it. I hate everything about Christmas. I hate all of it. You know this. Like you have grumpy times, but
you hate giving presents.
What's that? I give presents whether it's Christmas or not. Like that's
Okay.
irrelevant. I don't like. Well, I don't get presents for anybody but like my immediate family. Like fuck my nephews, fuck my cousins, aunts, uncle.
I only get presents for my nephews that are under 10. My nieces and nephews that are under 10.
I haven't gotten any of my nephews or nieces a present like ever. Because
Gotcha.
I not even birthday presents. Because fuck them.
So who do you get presents for in your family that you don't live with? Not like
nobody.
Okay, not parents, grandparents.
Nobody.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yep. So I get my kids and the wife. That's it.
Okay.
Because
so have you given your wife her present yet this year?
Yeah, I mean, kind of. We kind of agreed on no presents this year just because of like paying shit off, and she got her car, you know, and all that stuff. But I got her an iPad Pro because she had one of the new ones. But after we agreed on no presents, so. Yeah. But she's in Texas, so I'm all by myself Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, which is just
really Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Oh fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, because my wife went to her parents' house in Texas.
Yeah.
And it's the first time she's been there for Christmas in over a decade.
So
and I was like, yeah, just go. And her mom was like, well, won't he be upset being by himself or be lonely being by himself for Christmas? She was like, you don't know Steven. Like,
right.
He's glad not to have to do shit for Christmas.
So he's got a podcast to do.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
So what are you doing Sunday? Is that when you said you had to drive?
No, I'm going to get the kids on Sunday because it's the day after Christmas.
Yeah. Okay.
There's my year for the week after.
Sweet 80s hair metal cover band. They're not. They're covering Skank Banger playing Sunday night.
They're usually sold the fuck out.
Playing Sunday night at Scruffy. 9
no,
o'clock.
Fuck that. Fuck going to shows at Scruffy when it's a huge band or a huge popular band like regionally like that because it'll be fucking asses to elbows. Fuck that.
When did you go to a show at Scruffy?
Yeah, I went to see whatever the
Smooth Sailor.
Smooth Sailor
with you the one time. I thought we went somewhere.
Scruffy. And it was a fucking there was a
Press Pub.
Press next door. Fucking miserable.
Interesting.
Fucking miserable.
Oh well, I may go. I may not.
Yeah. No, fuck that. Fuck a crowd anytime, right? Especially right now.
Oh, you're scared of Omicron.
Yes. No, I had to go to Kroger today to get some fucking dog food. I didn't even think about it being the day before Christmas. I had to park in the
2 days before Christmas.
Day before Christmas Eve. Everybody's getting shit. I've never seen.
It's also known as just
completely
23rd.
Yeah, it's Christmas Eve.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the night that the parents are really fucking digging their heels into the Elf on the Shelf or Santa Clauses.
Have you ever seen the Jewish version of Elf on the Shelf? It's called. I'm not make this.
No,
is not
like
a joke.
Minch
on a Bench.
Yeah, Minch on a Bench.
It's interesting.
Which is probably where we got Elf on a Shelf and just stole the shit out of it because that's what fucking.
We don't steal from the Jews. Like white people steal from black people. We don't steal from Jews. Like for sure. Like
you don't think so?
Nah, not really.
Yeah.
No, I think the Jews hold their shit too tight for us to steal from them. So
no. I think that I don't know. I think maybe there's some thievery in there.
Oh, I'm sure there's. I mean, we took their Messiah, but I mean, you know,
right? So, we bastardized all of Judaism. That's
for sure,
100% for sure.
We 100%.
So you say that we never stole something Jude. We stole
their essence,
the essence of their religious belief system, and just raped the fuck out of it, man.
So my mom started wearing a Star of David back 5 or 6 years or so
because
ago.
That's the thing, especially in the Pentecostal charismatic side, is unrelenting support for Israel.
Yeah, but so she I don't think hers was out of support for Israel.
Because we're grafted in.
I don't know, whatever. But my sister was like, I don't think you can. I think that's cultural appropriation if you're wearing a Star of David. I don't know that she was being completely serious with her, but it still is like, you're not Jewish.
Yeah.
And I mean, understand, he's married to the body.
But you start getting to the weird cross section when Messianic Judaism starts coming in, and
sure,
you get the white church that really they want to be Israel so bad. And I don't know, it's just this weird clusterfuck of religion, whatever. Like I told talking to a buddy of mine who is Jewish the other day, and I was like, man, it's like, isn't it awesome how like Christians have just raped like all the like parts that we wanted out of Judaism and just turned them into this own fucking thing. Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. Jesus was the last immigrant we let into the United States without fuss.
I think we've talked about this before, though. It's like people, when they used like Jesus as some type of political agenda, like Jesus was a socialist. No, Jesus would have been a capitalist. She's like, oh, fuck, no, none of those things.
Yeah, he would be called Hebrew X. That's what he's Hebrew X. He's progressive socialist.
He's more of a pacifist than anything, actually.
Yeah, probably.
But non-political, as a matter of fucking fact.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which is a part of the reason that pretty much.
And hey, conservatives, he said pay your taxes. He didn't say anything about voting them down.
Yeah, true. Well, I always find it funny too, and I fucking never mind, I can't remember. But anyway, when it's like that God appoints the leaders and all that bullshit. And I always find that funny because like president, like leaders of the country and state.
Oh, yeah.
Like rulers, when he puts rulers and stuff in place, that God does that on purpose for a reason. I was like, so where does that fall into the whole Trump and Biden bullshit?
Right.
Where everybody's like,
if he does it for a reason,
if God is appointing these leaders, then your vote doesn't fucking matter because God's
we got free will, we can vote in the wrong person. Like,
but at the end, if you're gonna fucking cherry pick, God damn it.
Right.
It's like, wow. Was it the Larry David? Wow.
Was that Larry David?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
All of Curb Enthusiasm. He does the wow.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Have you watched any of the new season?
I watched the first one or two.
That's it.
That's it so far. I've got so many other things going on that the seasons are ending.
Okay.
And I'm gonna finish them. I am watching the new Dexter.
I have not watched it.
It's enjoyable. I mean, nothing has been as good since whatever season the Trinity Killer was.
Okay, but I got tired of Dexter. Like I've tried to pick it back up more than once.
I know we talked about,
and I just can't get past. I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah. I'm enjoying it just because it brings his son into the play and all that stuff. So I'm enjoying a new storyline. But yeah. Anyway.
So as far as TV and shit goes, like, how much do you have any part of you that's still holding out for a Community movie? Is there any part of you holding out for it? Because every now and then you get a little morsel that makes it taste like it might be. I think
the only thing we're waiting on at this point is Dan Harmon.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I think that's it. Speaking of Dan Harmon, that motherfucker weighs the same thing as me, if not less now.
Yeah, he's worked his ass off though. Like
he has, because he had a diabetes scare and he worked his ass off. And
diabetes.
I read it, one of his posts the other day. He was like, blah blah. The scale says whatever, and I was like, what the?
All of his skinny bitches.
I do not feel like I'm doing good anymore if I weigh the same as Dan Harmon.
No, that's my thing. Like whenever I work out, like or was working out, I've been planning on getting back into it, but I haven't because I've been a lazy fuck. But I always look at these other weight loss people. I'm like, man, they've lost more and they've worked so hard, and like I know they're a bigger piece of shit than I am. And God damn it. So that automatically makes me a bigger piece of shit than them. And it's just like, I just fall so far in my own eyes.
That's funny.
But it is funny. Like we talked last time about how heavy my narcissism is, but but my self-hatred is on par, and they clash from time to time.
I said something about how much I hate myself at work yesterday or the day before. And as soon as I said it, somebody was like, oh, why?
You're such a kind person.
I was like, maybe hate's the wrong word. I'm definitely self-loathing. I said, but it's just like, I don't reward myself. I don't feel like I'm worthy of anything good that comes my way for the most part.
Well, you're not, because you're a piece of shit.
Because hey, you know what? I understand it. I'm a flawed human.
Yeah.
Right.
We both are.
But
you're just a skinny flawed human.
I can do all things.
And I'm a tubby flawed human.
Yeah.
Oh, so you want to hear some weird shit? This happened today. Like it blew my fucking mind, and I still don't know what the fuck happened. I was gonna bring a screenshot to share on this, but I forgot. But anyway, so a couple days ago, got this like sore spot on my fucking tongue, right? Which is if you bite your tongue, herpes. But if you bite your tongue, right, or you eat like too much sour shit, or whatever, you get like a blister, and it felt like that. And I was like, well, whatever. And then another day went by. This is like the third day in, and it was just fucking miserable, painful. And I was like,
really?
just got worse. I was like, what the fuck? And I went and looked in the mirror, and I looked at it and stuck my tongue in it. And it looked like one of those, you ever pinched your hand and get like a blood blister? Like when you pinched it looked like that. And I was like, what the fuck? And it was like almost hard. I was like, I got a disease or some shit. And then so I went in and I pushed it really hard against my tooth, and it fucking hurt like a bitch. And I fucking popped it, and something went boop. And I was like, what the fuck? And like moved around. It was a little red, like hard, solid something.
It's probably a ball of blood.
All
right.
It was either.
Okay, doctor.
Because no, it was either a Fruity Pebble.
No.
That got
Fruity Pebble
into
would
my
dissolve.
tongue.
It would dissolve,
Maybe.
though, in the tongue.
You ever seen one caked on the side of a goddamn ball?
Yes.
I know. Anyway. Or I think it was like a calcified taste bud that popped out.
All right. I'll give you that one.
That's what I think it was. But it was fucking weird. Or like a because you can get like kidney stones, but in anything that has like a gland.
What if you had cancer and you just got it out of your body?
That would be fucking awesome. But it's the weirdest shit because as soon as it got out, it didn't hurt like at all. Like I don't have there's a tiny divot, but there's no sore, there's no raw spot.
You performed an exorcism on yourself.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Popped out a little red demon.
There's a little one.
Yeah. It's fucking the strangest shit ever. Because I called Amanda and I was like, guess what the fuck just happened? She was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, I don't know. No, look at this shit.
Well, I thought you didn't have it.
I took a picture, not to.
Now, is that like your thumb?
That's my dirty ass finger from working in the warehouse.
Yeah, that's fine.
Today.
I'm just trying to. I was trying to get a comparison.
Yeah, you can zoom out. I'll show it on the thing in a second. It's fucking weird.
That's what I needed to zoom out a little bit so that I could just see for size. Yeah, could be some type of cyst.
Yeah, who the fuck knows?
How you get cysts?
It was 3 days. It's fucking weird.
Been eating him ovaries.
Right.
Cysts.
It looks like a little like solid piece of fucking roe, like salmon roe.
Right.
Salmon, some salmon, bro.
Salmon.
Jesus Christ. So, yeah, but I'm not looking forward to Christmas. But it's funny. My dad has finally accepted the fact that I hate going there and doing all this shit. And like he'll ask me
that you hate it for Christmas, or you hate it. Period.
That it drives me that I have a really fucking like. And I joke about it, and it sounds fucking stupid, but I really have a hard time with that much fucking chaos. Like it's like fucking static in my brain.
I don't like it either.
Yeah. So and it's like rage inducing for me. But like my dad now, we'll go down there and he'll be like, "Hey, come outside for a second." He'll be like, "Hey man, you doing okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fucking fine." He goes, "I thought you might need a second." I'm like, sweet. So, or he'll be like, "Hey, I need you to go get me this over at the farm." So he'll like make excuses for me to get the fuck out.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Which I'm like, okay,
that's nice.
I got an ally.
That's nice. Just. Like for me, it's weird. So this is one difference in the two of us for sure. I mean, is that I don't like the chaos either, but for whatever reason, if I'm like cutting up whatever with like my brothers and sisters or whatever, joking around, whatever, for whatever reason, the chaos that's going on around me, it's like it doesn't disappear. It's like my brain just chooses to focus on what's happening, and I don't notice the chaos. But as soon as that joking around stops, it's like immediately I'm just like, I'm gonna
for me, like the
you.
whole like mind that I have when I'm in public, right? I told you it's like fucking static like that, and it's over like smothering. It's the same way when I'm at my folks' house and all the kids and shit are running around, except it's very fucking concentrated. It's fucking awful.
Gotcha.
But I think you mix that around, like it's all the political talk and shit too.
Oh yeah, and
then you start getting that in there, and you start getting like the Christian talk that a lot of the talk about church and all that shit, and people want to ask me a question. I don't like it. I just get tired of it.
I decided this year.
I don't get mad about it. Like I don't get offended by shit. I just I don't want to talk about this again. I'm tired of talking about this shit.
I decided this year that I don't
care who stole the election.
Right. God stole the election because he appoints people to power. That's actually what I'm going to say if that comes up.
Yeah.
That's actually what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And then they will quit talking about politics with me. That's how
see if I can remember this.
Saying asinine shit is how I got out of being asked to say the blessing.
You should have seen.
Yeah, you told me about you were asked to say the blessing. You said nope.
Yeah. The look at my sister's face was fucking fantastic. I thought it was Romans 13. Which is about authority, but not that specific. Anyway.
Okay.
I remember the gist of it, just not the right verse I was looking for. I'm going to look for this. Continue talking, though, please.
That's fine. I don't remember exactly what I was going to say.
Because it wasn't important.
Oh, yeah. I know what it was. I just decided for everyone in my family I don't normally buy gifts for because it's not expensive. I'm buying them all a Patreon subscription.
I like it.
So My brother has been sending me periodically these TikTok videos of like different things about the vaccination or politics or whatever. Go ahead.
I was right. It's Romans 13:1. I was fucking right. I just glossed over it.
I got you.
Let every person be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God, and those that exist have been instituted by God. That's the
brother, but there's no authority except through God. So I don't got to listen to nobody else but God.
Yeah, or let every soul be in subjection to the higher powers, for there's no power but from God, and the powers that be are ordained by God. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of people.
But Biden ain't ordained by God, brother.
Right?
That says the powers that be ordained by God, and Biden don't be ordained by God.
Anyway, the authorities that exist are so the whole thing is about rulers being appointed. There's a few other verses, but anyway, it entertains me.
I should have got you that Bible.
Yeah, you should have. Dude, it's been so long. I've forgotten so much shit. Like I can remember, like, oh, I know it says this, but then I have to fucking look it up and find it. Like I can't.
So you used to have your Strong's Concordance?
Dude, I have a Strong's and a Vines still at the house.
Do
somewhere.
you? Oh yeah. At your house or at your parents' house?
I think I might have one in storage still.
So you didn't lose it in a divorce or anything?
Yeah,
no. Okay, I didn't know if one of the wives got it.
No, like we had to write like exegesis papers and all that shit back when I was in school. I was fucking stupid, man.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my brother's been sending me shit about like coronavirus and whatever.
Yeah.
Like a TikTok where it was like
Omicron.
He's talking is the governor of like Virginia or West Virginia saying that they've had a 25% increase in vaccinated people getting the coronavirus or whatever. And it's like, well, what do we do with that information? Like, good for West Virginia. Like, I get it. You don't want. Now, I was told by someone else in the family, and I'm not saying that this is true, just saying I was told this by someone else in the family that, what? Oh, God. I was told by someone in the family that someone else in the family, one of their kids was sick. Pretty sure they had strep throat.
Did Jesus heal them?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. It's a Festivus miracle. But the person they were telling me about wouldn't take their kid to the doctor because they were afraid that the doctors were secretly injecting children with the vaccine without telling the parents. Yeah. So I have somebody in my family, according to someone else, thought that. I don't know if it's true or not.
If they do, I don't give a shit. I'm still taking my kid to the doctor for strep throat. But anyway.
Well, I'm sure you can go to, I don't know, some holistic healer somewhere.
It probably wasn't strep throat anyway. It was probably the Omicron.
Could have been.
It causes cold-like symptoms.
I can't remember. Let me. There was something else.
Okay,
and I can't find it. So you go while I look.
We've joked about this from the get-go, but the whole vaccine and COVID bullshit. Like if you want to wear a mask, fine. If you don't, fine. I don't give a fuck. If you want to get vaccinated, fine. If you don't, fine. I don't give a fuck. I still am of the opinion that we were initially is just let that shit run rampant and let it fucking wipe out who the fuck it wipes out and just be done with it. But
okay,
I don't know. But I think there's still it's like a 99 point or 98 point something survival rate across age groups. From anybody that gets any fucking strain of the shit. Like it's an insanely high like survival rate as opposed to like, other things.
Well, yeah. I mean,
for deadly viruses, I should say a 98% recovery rate is right.
Insane.
Yeah.
We oftentimes don't pay any attention to things like no, not anymore. Was while Trump was in office. Yeah. Not anymore. A God-appointed Biden. Did you got that shit under control?
Did you hear about him getting booed, like Trump? Because he was talking about something. He got a booster. He got fucking straight up booed at.
That's funny. That's funny because I know. Yeah, that's funny because all of his supporters seem to gloss over when he said everyone should get the vaccine.
Yeah. Anyway, it's stupid. It's all fucking stupid. The best thing we could get for Christmas is a real goddamn pandemic.
Yeah.
Or epidemic or whatever the fuck it is. Like a really good new like bubonic plague, like a new variant.
Oh, I thought you were going to say AIDS.
Or AIDS. Something faster moving though. Like you can right? Yeah. I mean like a viral disease. Like I said, another bubonic plague that wipes out like half of the population of the world in like months.
What was it I heard the other day that malaria maybe is responsible for I can't remember. It's responsible for X percentage of all deaths ever. Like, and it was
I could believe that.
It was an insanely high percentage. I can't remember what it was.
Malaria is brutal.
Yeah,
and it's still prevalent in certain areas, because it's not. You can get malaria shots, but
sure.
Do
you know that if you depending on what country you're from, when you immigrate to the U.S., you are put on a 2-week it's an antiviral something you're required to, because of the possibility of intestinal parasites from the area you came from that could get out, and spread here or whatever.
Well, it's the same way before you travel overseas. It's recommended you get like all these fucking vaccines if you're in the military.
Sure, but you don't move from the United States or England or Canada or whatever and have to go on specific medicine because you could bring something there.
But it's because with like cleanliness and quality of life, but B, the general vaccines that are mandated. I should say mandated.
Sure,
loosely mandated that most people get. Go outside of that a little bit.
Right.
But that's amazing to me. But
it is.
What else? But I've had like yellow fever, malaria, like fucking like all the heps, like all the shit.
You've had them all?
I've had all the shots.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, no. No, there's some of them you still have if you had them.
No. I've had all the vaccines.
God healed you.
Like in college, I made a fuck ton of money off of donating plasma or selling plasma because I'd had my.
I've thought about doing that recently because it said they're giving $1,000 to first-time plasma donors. And I thought that's $1,000.
Well, it's because after you've gotten a vaccine, you can't donate. Anymore. I don't think. Like last I heard.
I don't know.
And so, whatever. But that's another reason I used to go sell plasma, because you can't donate blood if you sell plasma. And so I could, I wouldn't have to people hassling me like, oh, are you going to give blood at whatever blood drive? Like, no, I sold plasma. And they're like, oh, okay. As opposed to being like, no, fuck the people that need blood.
I want to go to a sperm, like a donor clinic for that.
Just jerk off to free porn.
No, just to see what response I get from them.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I may get a scare and they were like, hey, buddy, you got a healthy dose here.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, well, until you become surprised that you still have swimmers, which would be insane.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. I got retested again. I had a jerk off test fucking 6 months ago,
which could mean 6 years ago.
It was within the last year. It was within the last year.
Right.
How's that? I know that much because I was like, it's been about 10 years. And it's like, I want to get some verification because I had.
Do you?
And I don't put stock in this shit, but I had this fucking dream that I knocked Amanda up again, and our life was fucking ruined for the next 20 years.
Dreams, bro.
Jesus, I know. That's why I was like, oh, I got to go get this fucking shit.
See, that's the thing. Like both of us have been fixed, so I don't have to worry about that.
What?
My wife has been fixed as well.
I thought you meant both of us. I was like, yeah, we both have.
Yeah, so you can't get butt pregnant.
You can't get butt pregnant.
Right.
Just ship them babies right out, man.
That's right. That's right. Stand over the towel on the floor and just
queef it out.
He goes,
it's a back queef.
That's right.
But so I had this thought today, completely off topic from this.
Of
course. I was at the Starbucks down there from my house before I came here.
Okay.
And they have like this weird, like it has a thing with all of their pictures, like little Polaroids and like little Christmas trees and stuff like that, just to show that's the Starbucks family. Which my immediate thought was, it's like a reverse fucking advent calendar. When every time somebody fires or quits between now and Christmas, they just fucking flick somebody off of that bitch. But then I thought, what'd be funny is to get a Polaroid, take one of myself, and just slide it in there.
You should,
because nobody would know. Like the one with my mustache, the disgusting one I put on Instagram.
Yeah,
just slide in there because
you should.
Nobody will say anything.
Customers aren't going to know.
No, and neither will it'll be whenever they take them down. Somebody's gonna be like, "The fuck is this?" But that led me to the thought of something I really want to do is get those business cards you can put a photo on.
Mm-hmm.
Just put up like some terrible photo of me, like the one with the mustache, whatever, on that, both sides, no text, no name, nothing, and just scatter them all over Knoxville. Anytime I'm in a bathroom, store, business card.
For what though? What are you getting out of that?
Nothing. Just to know that. I don't know. I for some reason, my brain, it would entertain me. Because I think it would confuse people. Like certain people would look at that and be like, what the fuck is this shit? And they would get thrown away. But never thought twice. But then my thought was, okay, if you did that enough and I got like Amanda to do it when she was out, or if, you would be kind enough to do it occasionally, just in scruffies in the bathroom, whatever, throw them around. If it would ever get to the point that somebody walking down the road would be a double take and be like, it's you. It's what the fuck?
Could be.
And I could be like, I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe I don't know. It's a social. It's an
You
experiment
have
in
to
my
drop
head.
them in all the free lunch jars that they can't contact you, but they're saying
Exactly.
like, what the fuck is
No,
this?
everywhere, like on the bulletin boards for
Yeah.
people with business cards. I'm telling everywhere. Leave them on
I think you
bathroom
should
stalls.
I
leave
think
them
I
everywhere.
think what you should do and not do the business card thing. You could do that too, but you should get stickers made with that picture on it, so you can stick them to things.
Yeah.
Because then people will notice it. They're taking a piss in the bathroom. They're like, "The fuck is this?"
Yeah.
But they're not going to peel it off. It's going to be there for the next the next guy. You get more people.
Yeah, like in urinals. Like I'm just everywhere. Just I want to have it all over the place because I want it to fucking.
I just had a really good idea. Actually, we should get B3F podcast urinal cakes made.
Okay.
And anywhere we go,
Slip
drop
'em in.
them in the urinal.
It's not a bad idea. I like it.
It's free advertisement because what store is going to go?
Free advertisement.
No, I understand that, but I mean, it's free. You pay for it once; it's going to advertise until it dissolves away. I'm just saying, like, what store is going to go in there and go, "Oh fuck, having this urinal cake in here"? No one's sticking their hand in there and pulling that shit out.
Janitors.
They're not going to do it either. How many janitors do you really think do that kind of shit?
Like urinal
You've
cakes
got to
with
be.
a logo?
I would bet. You know what? If you can't get custom urinal cakes, then you can punch me in the nose on our next show. If you can't get custom urinal cakes,
okay,
or urinal things that go in there, maybe it's not a cake.
Oh, like one of the pads.
Well, whatever. Regardless,
the little pad things would be cool.
Sure. Now those would probably get removed from the toilet, but the urinal cake,
yeah, they're gonna dissolve over time.
Yeah,
I like it.
It would be really good if you could go in there and dry the back of the urinal real good and stick a sticker in there.
Well, a lot of places, like I've seen, they put stickers in the urinals. People, bands and shit do. Yeah. I like it. I like where this is headed.
We've lost listeners. We lost viewers on this subject.
That's fine. I don't give a shit.
Oh God. All right.
How was the ice in the whiskey?
It's very good.
All right, I'm gonna try it.
I just put 2 or 3 little pieces in there, just enough to get it cold.
Yeah.
It's good. It's very good. It brings out the.
I want to pour. I wanted to pour a second one. But
don't.
Why?
Cut.
I bought it. God damn it! I'll do what the fuck I want with it.
Your wife got you that.
Well,
because when it's gone,
she did not give me this. She gave me permission to buy this for myself.
Okay, my bad. What's yours is hers. What's hers is hers. Well, I was gonna say yours too, but
Well, no, what's mine is hers. What's hers is ours. That's
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna say when you finish it, because I've done this with a bottle of 12-year Redbreast before.
Mm-hmm.
When you finish it, you're gonna be like, "Fuck! I wish I hadn't had that second glass every other time. I wish I had that glass back in here now to have like after you finish it."
Nah.
Yeah, you will.
No, I won't.
Okay.
I have no regrets.
That's not true. I could probably name 2 or 4.
Yeah.
5 if you count this podcast.
Right. That's fucking true. That's true. I find that a weird discussion when people are like, oh, I don't believe in regrets or I don't have this. Because like everybody does to a point. But I think the interpretation of those regrets is what's, because it's like, well, I regret most of the time it's like you regret the outcome. I don't regret the decision half the time, but I regret the outcome, what came after the decision.
Sure. But yeah. Well, they're both tied together. So
they are.
To me, in my mind, it's like if you're regretting one, you regret the other.
Well, yes. But because of the guilt shit and how it processes my head, I don't usually feel guilty for this.
You feel guilty for not being good enough to get away with it.
Yeah, that might be bad. But it's also more of
is there anything in your life that you regret?
That I regret?
I know
I've regretted so much.
I can't do it because yeah, it didn't matter why I did that.
There are things that I regret how it has affected other people, how the consequence has affected them.
But is there anything in your life?
This is a dangerous road to talk about.
I'm not asking you to go into detail.
Oh, I know.
I'm just saying, is there anything in your whole life, seriously, that you're like, I wish I hadn't done that?
Is that how you classify a regret?
Yeah.
You do shit all the time. You wish you hadn't done like
what? Give an example of what you're talking about then.
Like
maybe we are
being in the same. To me, is a regret of a decision that might be changed. Like a large decision is a regret. Like, cause I can say, yeah, I regret grabbing that shit with my hand and it burned me, but that's not like a life regret. Like to me, a life regret is a major decision that was made that changed course of some shit, and you regret that decision. Like that to me is regret. Like regrets, it applies on a smaller scale, but when I think of I regret something, I think of it as like a life choice, right? Or something like that had major repercussions. Because again, yeah, like I've burned the fuck out of myself. I regret touching the hot thing, but I don't consider that like a life regret.
No, I understand that. I'm just talking about, is there anything that's permanent and maybe it falls, but maybe some things fall between what you're saying and what I'm saying.
Right.
But anything that's permanent, all the way up through the life decisions, anything at all that you regret.
I feel like, and maybe I'm splitting hairs here. I'm recognizing that there are things that I would do differently, but I don't necessarily regret doing them.
Why would you do them differently?
Because I don't like the outcome. Right.
So maybe
because I guess because for me a regret comes from almost a place of it's almost like a thing of pity, like, oh, I shouldn't be here, I shouldn't have done this because now I'm here and this fucking blah 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 blah, whereas opposed to be like, well, that was a shitty decision, I wouldn't do that again if I went back to that spot, but here the fuck I am, I'm moving fucking forward. Like, to me, that's not a regret, it's a recognition of a shitty decision.
I think you're putting much more power into the word regret than I am.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think I'm splitting hairs. I think my interpretation of it's different. To me, a regret is a big thing, not a small thing. Like, we use the word regret interchangeably and whatever,
Sure.
but to me,
sure,
when what I associate with regret is like a big fucking thing. Like, oh, like I got, I was married to this person, right? I fucking regret that decision, and it's just fucking ruined shit. And for me, it's like, yeah, that was a really fucking terrible decision, and my life would have been probably better without it, but whatever, I'm here because I'm here, type of shit.
You're on the path God set you on.
Right. No, but I think that's why, like, I believe that, and this has become more of a over the last, decade for me, but like, decisions are decisions. Like, I don't feel like they have consequence in the sense of where you go, but, or the road that you go down, but fucking, you've made them. I mean, there's no,
sure.
I don't know, but I don't think they're that important. Like, your life, there's no point in having that. Well, I could have done this differently because you didn't. And so to me, a regret, like a major regret's a fucking pointless thing to have. Like, I think you can recognize shitty decisions, but that's different than regretting those decisions.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So, but I guess too, like, again, thinking about it, maybe how you're talking about is I've maybe regretted consequences. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's weird. I don't, like, for me, I can't regret concept. I cannot say the word regret tonight.
Yeah. Regret.
I know. I cannot say it tonight.
You're having a little bit of trouble.
I am. Yeah. I can't regret consequences without regretting what got me to them.
Right.
It's not a definition thing. Like, I just,
right.
If I don't regret what got me to the consequence, then I don't regret the consequence.
Like I said, most of my time, my regret falls on how things affected other people. Like, it's not so much regret for the decision as much as it is regret for the fallout.
So you and I feel the same, but I use a different word there.
Yeah. I
say, I hate how that affected everyone else. I would never say I regret the outcome that, or how that affected. I would say, I hate that bothers you like that, but yeah, it is what it is, or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I did that for you.
I know you did.
I've caught myself saying that so much this week after we had that conversation, and I never used to say it.
Yeah. Well, let's just agree to disagree.
I'm fine with that. I worked it out in therapy here 2 weeks ago.
Oh, nice. I should probably go back to therapy.
You should.
I haven't gone in years.
What was your therapy like? Was it like talk therapy or DBT or whatever it's called?
Fuck, I don't know.
Something behavior. No, CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy.
Yeah. Which I don't know. Honestly, off the top of my head, I don't know the difference between the two.
You ever done the one with the lights?
No.
You should check that out.
Okay.
I think if anything could help you or have any positive effect on you, that would be the one, because you're not reliant on the person. You're reliant on the borderline hypnotic effect of the lights and the science of your brain.
Okay. So that interests me.
It does. So, and I can't think of what it's called. There's an acronym, not an acronym, but there's
the thing about talk therapy for me, right? Is, and this is, going to suck my own dick here, but I'm very fucking self-aware. Like, I mean, I know how my brain works. I know the shit that's wrong. Right. And all talk therapy does to me is, like, I had one therapist, psychologist, whatever, that she was awesome. She could read through my bullshit. One of the only people that's ever been able to, and would just straight call me on it so we could have a good fucking conversation. And we talk about the shit, but I was never like hiding it or I don't know. Like, for me, it's a fun game, right? Like, how can I manipulate you or get what you to believe and whatever, because I know what the fuck's wrong.
That's how the therapist that my wife sees, that we also see together periodically, is, and she'll just straight up say, I call bullshit.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. And so those people I like, because I know I can't bullshit. Well, I still try, But
Sure.
when they call me out, and then but I'll still have an open conversation. But like the one that told me, she was like, "You're really fucking self-aware for this shit." And I was like, "Yeah, I know." And she was like, "That's kind of fucking rare." I was like, "Yeah, I know." She goes, "Then why do you lie to me about it?" I was like, "Just to see if I can." And she laughed. She was like, "So you're like a piece of shit." And she was like, I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "All right, cool." We would talk. She was this older lady, probably in her like late 50s, early 60s. Mary Truillo was her name. She was fucking awesome. And no judgment in the military. I could tell her what the fuck ever. She wasn't. She was like a civilian doc with the VA.
She may not want her name associated with this.
I don't give a shit. She's probably dead by now. She was old.
Maybe.
But anyway, yeah. So therapy for me has always been, and I'm not saying I don't need it, but I have to have the right therapist. Otherwise, it's just a game. You know what I mean? Like somebody that I know.
Yeah.
Because that's how you're going to build trust with me, is by calling me the fuck out.
Sure.
But when you're just like, "Oh, that's interesting. What about this?" I could fucking go on some stupid fun.
Yeah,
it's fun
but
for me.
I think that there are people out there that can take that route that you don't like and get through that bullshit.
Probably.
But whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, because I'm manipulative as fuck. Like I'm good at it. I choose not to most of the time, but
do you? So you have control over whether you're manipulative or not? So why choose to be manipulative ever?
Because it's fun and I can. It's a control thing.
Well, yeah, but there's lots of things that are fun and you can do and you choose not to do them.
Yeah, but it's a power thing. I'm controlling that human being. If I'm manipulating you, I'm controlling you.
I get that.
Yeah.
But there are still other things that are the same way and
not
you
the same
don't
amount
do
of
them.
fun.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. Like I enjoy it and I'm good at it. But that's that again, but that's the sociopath side of things. Like honest to God, it's part of that whole fucking thing. Like I like that power and like control. And the most important thing to me, honestly, most of the time is appearance.
Yeah.
Right. I look unscathed. And I found the best way to get away with being a piece of shit is to tell people you're a piece of shit. And then they're like, "Oh, nobody would say that. He's joking." And then you get away with fucking murder.
Yeah. It's like telling people you have a bad back. You never have to help people move.
Right. But no, like I always joke, like that's one reason I get away with saying whatever the fuck I want most of the time. I'll be like, "Oh yeah, like I'm just a piece of shit. I don't give a fuck." And people are like, "Oh, you're so funny." And then you can say what the fuck you want, and people just like, "Oh, whatever." Yeah. I'm like, "Oh, you're a cunt." They're like, "Oh, you're so ridiculous."
Right.
Like, "Oh, I know."
So something happened this week. I find it funny. And you will probably understand why I find it funny, but on the surface, other people are being like, "That's fucked up," because that's kind of the way my wife took it. Yeah. So not this week, but week prior, I was in Wisconsin for the week for work. There are two ladies, a mother-daughter team, that had to come to the building I work in to do some rework. No, God, no.
Continue.
Another guy from my team.
This is my stepmom.
Yeah, another. I didn't know we had a dryer or washer in the building, but they were both stuck in it. No. Right. Another guy from my team who does rank higher than me, he's no authority over me whatsoever. Right. Was there kind of overseeing that with them and working with them while I was gone. And then I came back and he told them, so I had two things that happened really. They said to me this week when I got them set up to do what they were doing, and I was heading up this, and they said, "So you're not going to help us?" Yeah. I said, "No, I have my own stuff I have to do." Right. I said, "Oh, well, Matt said you were going to help us." And I said, "Well, Matt's not my boss, and Matt doesn't," I said, "Matt's not my boss, and Matt doesn't work in this building. When Matt was here last week, he had nothing else to do. I have a regular job that I have to do this week. If I get time, I'll come help you. Probably not going to have time because I was gone all last week."
Right.
And so I didn't help them.
Of course.
Right. Well, I didn't have time either. Yeah. Regardless.
Why is that awful?
No. That was very satisfying for me because I don't like this person.
No, but I'm just saying, why would anybody find that to be awful?
No. That's not what was found awful. That was just a little icing on my week.
Okay.
That was just something I knew you would enjoy telling someone.
Yeah. No. I like that. Yeah.
All right. So I go to let them in the building Monday. You got to have a badge to get in. So I go to let them in the building and I open the door and I'm being nice company representative, like I'm supposed to. I'm being the man my wife wishes I was. Right. And I opened the door and I said, "Good morning, ladies. How's everybody doing?"
Right.
And the old lady, who's the mother of the younger lady, goes, "I've been better." And again, the person that everyone would like for me to be says, "Yeah, but it could always be worse, right?" And she goes, "Well, I lost my son in June, and at that point my back was to her, and I was going. She said, "Well, I lost my son in June.
I like where this is.
He was 28 years old, and it just I hadn't been good." And I said, "Oh man, I hate to hear that. But still, I'm just fighting tooth and nail to be the person that the world would like for me to be."
Of course.
And I say, "Well, I hate to hear that." She goes, "Yeah, it's a freak accident. He was driving home from work, and the wheel of an 18-wheeler exploded, and the brake rotor came through the windshield and just crushed him."
Did you laugh? Tell me you laughed.
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. I'm way more professional than that. What happened to him? Not funny. Like, I understand it's a fluke thing.
Right.
Like, I get it. If you saw that video and didn't know that the person died, you'd laugh. Right.
Yeah.
Right. The fact that someone feels comfortable saying that
Just
within the first 30 seconds of meeting someone, that's what's funny to me.
Yeah.
The way people are is funny to me. Like, I hate that I hate for her that she lost her son in a freak accident. If she had said, whatever, he had cancer, and I'm like, oh, that's what happens to people with cancer. Like, in my mind, that's where I go, that I don't, whatever. No parent should ever have to bury their child.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. I mean, tell that to people on the Oregon Trail. Right. But I mean, it's just so fascinating to me that someone feels the need to tell.
It's because everybody's isolated nowadays. Don't anybody they really talk to about shit. So they're desperate for that.
I guess
connection.
so.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe I should have got my Bible out and prayed with her.
So
or
what was the good part?
I don't know. That was the good part.
Oh,
that was the good part.
Okay.
Yeah. Somebody saying that. And I knew you'd appreciate the feeling of someone saying that to you.
You just want to be like,
that's it. Yeah. My wife specifically said to me the other day, she goes, "That's awful." And I was like, I didn't laugh at her.
Right.
I didn't say, "I don't care."
Right.
And I said, my mind, though, immediately, without trying to, when I say things could always be worse, she says, "Well, my son was killed a few months ago in an accident." I go, my mind immediately goes, "Your daughter didn't get killed too?"
Right. Exactly.
Like, my mind immediately goes, I don't say it.
Right.
But my mind goes
and then
there.
Immediately like, sounds like your son just needed a break.
Oh,
like
my God.
All that shit, man.
Yeah.
It's like, or next time you're around, you're just like, "Oh, give me a break. Oh God, I'm sorry. Oh God."
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Just gotta
I'm an asshole, but I'm not that much of an asshole.
I know.
So, and I don't believe you would do that either.
No. If I knew you, like if I knew the person, absolutely.
You'd say it to me.
No.
Yeah. But
that's what I'm saying. Neither one of us has had anybody in our immediate family to die, but it's going to be rough when that happens, because there's going to be jokes.
Yeah,
there's going to be jokes.
Probably
like fairly soon, I would imagine. Like there's going to be some time given, but
however long it takes the text message to reach the other person. However long it's going to take, however fast your thumbs can work.
Well, it's really as soon as the joke comes in, but no, I feel like I'd give you, like, if it was an immediate thing, like if they had just died, like I'll give it a day or two.
Really?
Oh yeah, because I'm going to tee it up and make it so it's coming, but you don't know when.
Okay.
And then whenever we're getting to a point that we might be having a serious conversation about it, then I'm going to strike.
That's funny. That's funny. What if someone immediate dying? And when I say immediate, I mean like
kid's wife.
That's what I'm going to say. Spouse or kids, like immediate dying. What if that's what set us off, like changed our course, whatever you want to call it, where you're just like, you're just not the same ever again after that.
I would regret it.
What's interesting to me, how bereavement time for work works is like, if your spouse or child dies, you have 5 days bereavement.
Right.
Who the fuck is prepared, like mentally, to be back at work in
after
5 days after a spouse or child?
Men
died?
in the goddamn 50s. That's who.
Probably. This made me think of this, and I keep wanting to get ready and go to break, but you made me think of there's a documentary about Sinatra.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can't think of what it's called or what channel it's on, but they talk about, because he was he liked the ladies.
Yeah.
And he married somebody, I guess he had known before he was famous. They got married or whatever. Anyway, he and his wife decided they were going to go for a little Sunday drive or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks in the glove box, and there's a like diamond bracelet, I think it was, or necklace in there. And I can't remember if he knew she saw it or what, but anyway, they go to a party like that night or the next day or whatever. They're at this party and she sees another woman wearing that. And she had thought it was a gift for her.
Right.
And she confronts the woman, calls her a home wrecker or whatever. Old Blue Eyes goes to the wife and says, you owe that woman an apology. You have to go apologize to her. The good old days. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. I feel like even back then in the 40s or 50s, whenever those, that I would be like, oof, Frank, buddy.
I don't think you would.
Maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. I mean, but
well, that goes back to the whole conversation of us looking back to history with like our modern social glasses and then just fucking destroying people with the first things that were normal.
Because I fully believe when people say like, man, no, if I'd have lived in Germany in the 40s, I'd have stood up to us. She's like, nah, probably wouldn't have. Probably wouldn't have. Because you're not standing up to anybody right now. Yeah. And this is way easier than the Nazis.
Right. Well, that's when the nurture versus nature comes in, though.
Oh, for sure.
And, like that shit, like the womanizing and just the different expectations of home life, like right or wrong through how we look at it now. Then, and that's where I come into a lot of the flexible morality shit.
Sure.
Because in that period of time, we would say, yes, that's definitely right, definitely wrong. Then it was a whole different interpretation of right versus wrong.
I think that we interpreted it as right and wrong, but we just gave people a pass.
I don't know. I
think that having an affair, womanizing, whatever, was still considered taboo, wrong, whatever you want to call it, but people just accepted that was part of life as well.
Yeah, maybe. But I know like in France, I think still it's very common for men to have mistresses, and it's just an expected common thing. It's not a right or wrong type of shit. I mean, it's cultural to a large degree.
Yeah.
For that shit, I'm not talking about the big stuff, right? I'm talking about some of those nuances, like really, really strict relationship roles, things like that, feminine, masculine. I mean, I feel like that, there's a time like now we'd be like, that's just oppressive and wrong. And at one point I was like, yeah, no, that's what a woman fucking cooks and cleans and shit. And I'm going to go to the city, fucking work, have my own apartment, bang girls. I'm in the city and then fucking come home on the weekend and raise my kids. Yeah. And by raising them, I mean, beat the fuck out of them when they're too loud.
Yeah, that's true. Seen and not heard.
And then throw baseball sometimes.
Did you say throw baseball with them or at them?
Either.
All right.
You want to take a break?
I'm just trying to make sure that I don't have anything else that's better suited for now before the break, but I don't think so.
I don't either. I mean, I did, like I said, I brought some Christmas things tonight.
Good.
So
we will come back and we will be Christmassy. I got a little Christmas song for people. So
yep.
We will be back in roughly 10.
Yeah. Why can't I ever find? They move shit around in here, and it's great, but god damn it, I never can find the fucking thing. I'm just gonna let it record. While
imagine if you never controlled that, and I controlled it all the time, and then you had to do this by yourself and figure it out live.
And that's what it was like being here without me.
Yeah, that was the worst thing about you not being here.
Oh, was it the worst?
Yeah, the worst
thing.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just gonna do this. Fuck it.
I'm taking off your drawers cause your panties be in the way. Jingle, booty, big booty freaking. I'm trying to get the cheeks coming, hop up on this sleigh. Jingle, booty, hit it from the back, get the goodie bag of smack, eat the cookies like Christmas Day. Jingle, booty, sleigh bells ringing, I'ma have the booty singing, girl, the Christmas pipes on. Hey, yeah, Merry Christmas, you a cutie. I got Kenny, you got booty, you a snack, booty, stupid, criminal jammies, I see boobies, if you got milk and cookies, girl let me know where they at, booty be stupid and dumb, then I'ma give her the slap, you got the gift that I
this
want,
has to be off of TikTok.
maybe I'm Tony Montana,
got the stupidest shit on TikTok. How long is this? God damn it.
It's almost done.
You a bad girl.
What's up, Robert Jermaine McGee?
My boy. Who is that?
I don't know. We'll be his boy.
I'm not sure who that is, but I'll be you, Huckleberry.
So Jesus Christ, that's stupid. And this was recording. It just stopped. I don't know fucking why. Like the red light was on and then went off.
That's what I'd say too if I didn't want to have that music on there.
No, I fucking whatever. I'll cut it out if I want to cut it out in post. I don't give a shit.
You forget though that I have the audio from this and I can go in and edit.
Oh, that's true.
That
I
If I
could
want to.
see us straight up having an audio war, like me cutting some shit and then you reposting it with it and then me taking off. Do you want a little bit more?
No, I'm good right now.
All right.
I'm good. That's yours. Enjoy it.
This
My
is-
Christmas present to you is not drinking another glass.
I'm giving you another. I brought this for us.
I know.
Because
I
this will be
appreciate it.
goddamn gone by Christmas, the end of Christmas. I'll be
Really?
drinking this tomorrow and Christmas. That's why
That's insane to me.
there's so much whiskey.
Yeah, I understand. It's not insane to me that you're drinking that much. It's just you're drinking this that much.
Yeah.
That's what's insane. That to me, this is special occasion shit.
And that's why I was going to have it. But me having a Christmas by myself is a special fucking occasion to me.
One glass a day I could see, but not drinking it multiple times.
I'll
a day.
probably start drinking tomorrow morning.
How much you drinking while Amanda's gone?
More
Or
than
do you
usual.
wish not to say.
No, more than usual. I didn't drink last night, but the day before, like I wanted
You're
drinks.
still hungover from the night before.
Yeah, maybe. I had a fucking gin hangover like a son of a bitch, but I mixed squirt, lime juice, and fucking shitty ass Seagram's gin.
So
And I'd also drank that whole day at work.
yeah, I mean but that's normal. I've never had a gin hangover, and I've drank shitload. I've drank
I get
shitloads
some
of gin before.
bourbon
and
and or mixed drinks first. Bourbon and gin give me the worst.
Interesting.
Hangovers. So that's all the sugar, baby.
I just never has given
Gin
me
by itself.
I don't
doesn't.
drink a ton of mixed drinks anyway, but yeah, gin's never given me a hangover.
All right. Congratulations.
Whatever.
So I got a little list for you tonight.
So hold on before
God
you.
damn it. We're gonna do our picks.
We're going to go ahead and get this out of the way.
Fuck. I hate this stupid shit.
I know you do. So give me a minute. I'm writing mine down
Oh my god. Are you gonna say what you're writing the fuck down?
in just a second.
Oh my god. See, this is why I hate doing it because it takes so fucking long.
It takes so long because this is the shit you do.
No, but it's fucking boring. Just sitting. You fucking stupid.
You could feel the
why,
air.
Why don't you have this written down before we start? And then
Why don't you write yours down and bring it
because
with
I
you?
just picked 3 random teams off the pictures.
Yeah, so
sent
you
me.
could write it down and then just hand it to me, and then I don't have to write
Then
it down.
it takes twice as fucking long.
No, it doesn't.
Jesus.
Doesn't. If you bring it written down and
Do you have
hand
yours?
it to
Do
me.
you have yours written down?
Yeah.
Okay. You want mine?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go Browns over Packers. I'm gonna go off the rest of these two off of one sheet. Fucking whatever. I'll
What's
do
the spread
oh,
on
God
the
damn it.
Browns and Packers?
Green Bay negative 7.5.
Okay, and you're taking the Browns.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Jaguars over Jets.
You act like you haven't made this decision already.
I haven't.
You said you had your picks already.
No, I have the pictures of the picks and I picked 3 random ones. It
All
doesn't
right.
fucking matter.
Jags and Jets.
Yep, I'm going Jags and it's even. There's no
Right.
whatever.
And so I took the Jets on that one as
Okay,
well.
cool.
So
And let's see. We're gonna go Broncos over the Raiders. Why not? And it's even as well.
I was gonna pick that one, but that one
There's my picks.
and you took Broncos. All right.
Yep.
And that's even as well. So I got to look at the spread on here, but I've got my teams here. So I am taking. Oh, where did you go? There it is. I'm taking the Saints over the Dolphins.
Okay.
Saints are -3. And then I had Jags and Jets. I said already even, but I'm taking the Jets. You took the Jags. And then I'm taking the Cardinals over the Colts, and Cardinals are -1.
Okay.
So currently, as we sit after this week,
Yep.
you're still 1 ahead of me. We each hit 1 over the last week. So you're up 24 to my 23.
Okay.
Right now, after 15 weeks, which is
Jesus,
40.
you're right up on that mic.
Yeah. I have to back up and be able to still
it's
see.
such a pain in the dick to mix afterwards.
It's really not that bad. I'm
It
always
is
on the mic.
not this bad.
So
When you're reading picks, you are fucking on it.
so
Jesus. Hate you so much. You sound like Joe Rogan now.
so
He does that shit like there's one thing I hate. Okay, finish this. Then I'm gonna
no,
go like Joe Rogan.
you already interrupted me.
No, finish. God damn it. And I'll say one thing I hate about Joe Rogan's podcast that drives me fucking, it makes it very hard for me to listen to when I listen to shit, is how much he distorts on his fucking microphone.
Sometimes he does, yeah.
No, it's
I've been listening
so
to a
much.
lot over the last 2 weeks because I was gone on the road and
Yeah.
listened to a lot. And I didn't hear it as much as I used to. But you are correct. A lot of times he used to do that a lot.
Yeah.
Because he would get right up on the mic to go like, bro.
And when he gets loud, like when he gets the thing, he gets like, bro. And it's awful. I can't stand it. I'm like, why does the sound engineer not pull his fucking gain down?
I don't know.
Anyway,
Because they're fucking high.
maybe.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
I think his Jamie's his name, his sound engineer. I feel like I read something one time that said that Joe pays him like $250,000 a year.
Probably.
So
All right.
anyway, and he bought him a Tesla.
Yeah.
So you're up 24-23.
Okay.
So there you go.
Hooray.
All right. You got some Christmas stuff.
Oh yeah, which it's funny to me as far as me being up. Like I figured, honest to God, you would probably slaughter me on this. I really did. So it makes me happy.
Well, I kind of thought that it might end up being closer to 50-50 as far as like us be pretty even, because that's how it typically goes.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, and if we have anybody watching, I would love for them to weigh in on some of this stuff. But
yeah, phone line is open.
Yeah, phone line's open, or the chat, text, whatever. So this is, and again, I'm not going to do all of them. This is a Buzzfeed list, and this is 41 gifts.
BuzzFeed.
I know I hate
Fucking
BuzzFeed.
hate BuzzFeed.
I do fucking hate BuzzFeed, but they're the only ones with shitty lists, or one of the few. So 41 gifts for the person on your list who says they don't want anything. So I'm curious about how much of these. Okay, so number 1 is a book of the month subscription. It'll send them a hardcover book of their choice every month, and you get more books for less money overall.
And this is 40 gifts.
40 different gifts that for people on your list that says they don't want anything.
Okay.
And granted, this is going to vary probably by the person, but fucking shit. Like if somebody got me a book of the month club, I'd be like, do you not fucking know me? The fuck is wrong with you? Like like that's something though Amanda would love.
A book of the month club, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, she reads like 3 or 4 books a month. Like she reads so fucking much. It's why she's way smarter than
Nerd alert.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know you hate reading. So
yeah, I have to be interested in whatever it is, and then I will read it. Yeah. That's it.
I read fiction?
If I'm interested in it, yeah.
Okay.
But I will watch any documentary, even if I'm not interested in the subject matter, because I want to, I'm open to learning about whatever it is, honestly.
See, I'm
except the planet Earth shit, because fuck that. Fuck Earth.
See, I've gotten way out of
Burn your
practice.
garbage.
Like I used to read all the fucking time, and like over the last several years, like I barely read anymore, if at all, like books wise. And so yeah, like I might use it, but I'm how you are with books is how I am with documentaries. Like most of them bore the fuck out of me. If I'm interested, I'll watch it, but outside of that, like I
have watched some, and I have turned some off because it's done poorly,
right?
Or it's just super boring.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I mean, I watched one about a New York ballet. It was the guy's first ballet that he had written and whatever, and I was just like, all right, I'll see what he goes through.
Yeah. Yeah, but
a lot of dudes. That's what.
No. Yeah, but I mean, for me, like I don't know. I won't even like attempt it. Like if it doesn't moderately interest me, I just don't fucking care.
So what?
That, and I have a really hard time with a lot of documentaries because as soon as I watch them, like, oh, they're spinning it this way. They're because almost all documentaries have an agenda behind them, unless they're like super historical and they're just literally going by facts, like a timeline.
Yeah, some of the best documentaries I've watched for the last few years are that way.
Yeah, but to me, those are because all they're doing is like they're telling the narrative. Granted, the narrative is always from like the winner's perspective, like if it's a World War II, documentary, but still. It's mostly just historical dates.
And so you care nothing really about cars or racing or any of that stuff. Because I would say the first documentary that popped into my mind is the 24-Hour War. And it's told from both perspectives with people from both sides. Yeah. And it's just documenting history and what was going on at the time. But
those are more rare.
They are very rare. Yeah,
because most of them have some type of like not even an agenda, but like the documentary maker has a message or something they're trying to convey. And that's what they're doing with the documentary. So like,
I agree.
For instance, like the Flat Earth documentary, right? Like, don't get me wrong. It doesn't need credence, but the whole point of that documentary is to make the Flat Earthers look as stupid as possible, which they would do on their own, but it went out of their way to make it look just sad and pathetic. And I was like, it's kind of a dick move, man. It's not just about the people. Like they
but whatever.
But I mean, like, that's the first example that comes to mind. But like just anything that intentionally puts a perspective of something in the person's head is not really a documentary to me. Then it's like a fact-based film, like a movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're making a movie, like a director would have a message. Yeah, like Braveheart. Exactly. Yeah, it's like it's a documentary, but it's told for specific thing. But okay,
for sure.
Number 2, this is very specific, and I found this to be funny. A bottle of truff hot sauce.
Truffle hot sauce?
Truff.
What is truff?
Truff hot sauce.
I'm assuming it's made with truffles.
They add to essentially any meal to make it like a gourmet affair, even if they were just sitting in front of the TV. It says it's a bottle of liquid gold. It's just a particular brand. Oh, it's truffle. Yeah, truff. It's like a truffle sriracha, basically.
Ooh, I hate sriracha.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
I just thought that was funny because I know some people like that love hot sauce. They would be like, "Oh, fucking cool, a bottle of hot sauce I haven't tried." But that's a very specific for a list.
Yeah, you better know the person you're giving that to.
Right. This is my favorite so far. Number 3, an artisan subscription box.
What is an artisan subscription? Like, do you have an example of one?
It says who appreciates you for the giftee who appreciates unique, sustainable, and globally inspired goodies. Whether they're into self-care, home decor, or journaling, they're sure to find something they love to get a pick of their theme boxes.
Put your finger out of your ass.
Right? Because they have these theme boxes, right? You can get from different companies. Like they have nerd ones. You get all this random shit. Yeah, so it's our artisanal things.
Okay.
I hate the word.
You hate artisanal?
Artisanal.
Yeah, whatever.
Artisanal.
Potato.
Yeah, right. Here's a good one. A Framebridge gift card. I feel like some of these are sponsored. But anyway, so they can finally frame that print they bought 2 years ago. And we're not talking any old frame. They get to pick exactly what kind of frame they want and handcrafted before being shipped back to them.
Yeah.
Number 5, a handmade match striker.
Like for most people, that's a shitty gift, but I kind of would think
would dig that.
I would dig that.
Yeah.
I feel like you would too, though.
I'd rather have a lighter.
Okay.
like a custom cool lighter. Yeah. Fuck
okay.
yeah. But matches, I just rather have a strike box.
My wife has a gift for me for Christmas, and I don't know what it is, but how I don't know, it ties into a gift she also got both of my sons, and I don't know what it is. And my mind immediately went to tickets to go see Tom Segura together.
Yeah,
but she said no, I wouldn't do that. Like, well, you did give me a ticket to Seinfeld, but she got that just for me.
Yeah, true.
And then COVID. So
number 6. Thanks, Obama. A Jason Momoa coloring book.
Oh, fuck off! Fuck off with adult coloring books. Period.
Yeah,
you're an adult. Yeah, do paint by numbers.
Right.
You're an adult.
Like a grown up.
At least have to put some thought into
use
it.
a paint by number app that you just push it and it fills it in for you. Yeah.
Well, you don't just push it and it fills it in for you, but you do have to still. Yeah. But you can't mess up on it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand.
Right. I know. Like I want. Yeah. Like fuck your shitty drawing skills. Don't make them feel good about themselves. But I know, like I had one for a while just to try it. It had like all the fucking different designs, mandalas, whatever the fucking Indian designs are that came out of Hinduism, all that shit. Anyway, and I found it weirdly fucking cathartic to do it. Like it
was a coloring book or paint by numbers.
It was like one of the paint by number.
Apps, on your phone,
right?
too.
Where you just sit and hit the things
and
filled it in. But that shit was like, it was weirdly until they like the ads would drive me fucking crazy because I wasn't going to pay for it.
Oh yeah.
But I could sit and I could spend fucking like 30 minutes and just fucking hitting the things. It was fucking strange. Number 7, a pair of prism spectacles for the loved one who simply cannot bring themselves to sit upright, but has a reading goal to meet. So you can lay down and see shit.
Oh my God. That's so stupid.
It is stupid. A house-shaped tissue box cover.
Anyone that has a shaped tissue box cover that's not just a plain square plastic tissue box cover, which I don't get, but it's like someone that has a mailbox that looks like their house.
Yeah.
Fuck you and everyone that comes after you.
A 252-piece custom photo puzzle.
All right. For most people, that's a shitty gift. For some people, they would love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
A flowy recycled cashmere wrap.
Okay.
Why does that have to be recycled cashmere? To me, I feel like if you're bougie enough to want cashmere, somebody gives me some recycled cashmere, I'm going to go fuck off.
I feel like recycled cashmere is what the rich people give the homeless people at Goodwill.
Exactly. Like, yeah, I'm giving my poor friend a gift. Here's some recycled cashmere. Yeah.
I don't like this anymore. You can have it.
Right.
This went out of style last season.
Yeah. God, there are a lot of like boxes. Oh, here we go.
Give me a box for Christmas.
A year-long subscription to Stitcher fucking Premium.
All right.
Yeah.
It wouldn't really be a great gift for me, but
yeah. There are some good ones on here. An elegantly packaged cocktail kit.
Okay.
If you drink it all, like if you enjoy alcohol, but that's not like a crazy gift, right? Like to me, some of the shit is weirdly specific. Like you would have to have a friend that likes it. But to me, like anybody that appreciates decent whiskey, like would like a cocktail like setup, or that likes not just whiskey, but that, enjoys the experience of alcohol.
Yeah.
A fluffy Sherpa purse.
Sherpa.
I
feel like that's cultural appropriation.
Here you go. A zero waste starter kit for the burgeoning environmentalist who doesn't
So
quite
just
know where to
walk
start.
around constipated.
Yes.
Okay.
This kit includes everything they need to kick off their journey to less waste with portable plastic alternatives they can incorporate into their daily routine.
Okay.
Here's another recycled Sherpa blanket. What's all with this recycled shit? A variety pack of Reese's candies.
A variety pack of Reese's candies.
Yep.
Well, first off, what variety is there in Reese's candies? There's Reese's Pieces and there's Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Yeah, but you also have like a variety, and you have a Take 5. No, is Take 5 Reese's? No. Fast Breaks. And
That's a Reese's?
yeah, it's a Reese's Fast Break. And there's a Reese's
which is
another
which is a
candy bar.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup with whole peanuts in it.
And nougat.
Has it got nougat?
Yeah.
I didn't think it did. Okay.
Fast Break. Fuck yeah,
I
bro.
love some nougat.
Yeah, right.
Ted Nougat, Cat Scratch Fever.
Right.
Oh, fucking great.
A blueberry breakfast gift basket.
Yeah.
If
you gave me a blueberry breakfast gift, I could not say blueberry and breakfast together. Gift basket. I'd throw that shit in your face.
Yeah. A MeUndies multi-pack.
All right.
Yeah.
Have you ever worn MeUndies?
Yeah.
But they're fucking great.
Right. But the reason I'm going down through this, I don't like any, like, they don't have like loose boxers. It's all like the boxer.
So you
brief
don't
type
do,
things.
you're not a boxer brief
No,
guy.
I'm loose boxers. Let that shit hang all day.
Not me. I need boxer briefs all the way.
Yeah.
It's so much more comfortable, supportive. My balls
I
don't
don't
hang
care
as
about
far.
supportive. Like, dude,
I need supportive.
I used to
Then why
play-
not just wear no boxers?
Because then you're getting ass directly on your jeans. The boxers
Oh,
provide a
come
layer.
on.
Oh no.
They provide a layer, but as soon as they soak up that juice, it's going to the jeans.
I don't get juices, man.
I don't know about that.
Dude.
You have shit problems frequently.
Yeah, and I always carry fucking flushable wipes. That shit's crystal clean all the fucking time.
I hope you've never used flushable wipes at my house.
Oh, I absolutely have.
No, first off, I know you haven't because you don't think enough ahead of time to bring those here
No,
with you. But you've
not
not used
always.
them here.
I have.
I don't believe you.
Okay, that's fair. Anyway, what I liked about this particular one with the MeUndies though is the photo that they use to be inclusive
Yeah, that's
for,
great.
for body
I feel like
positivity.
that's me and you.
I'm the guy with the mustache.
Of course, because I'm smaller than you.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. A trendy baseball cap.
All right. What is, I mean, define trendy.
Yeah,
though.
exactly. A refreshing facial mist.
Oh my God.
Very
I
vague.
got a facial mist for you.
Exactly. Let's see.
If you give me a refreshing facial mist for Christmas,
Yeah.
then I get to mist your face.
Right. A cutesy keyboard cap for any of your cat obsessed acquaintances. So it's like little
Yeah, no, I get it.
cat pads.
Ugh.
There's so many. All right, I got one more. And
Keep 'em coming.
no, this is the last one. I'm not going through all of these fucking things. Oh, this would be a pair of comfy as can be Crocs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crocs.
Crocs.
I don't.
See, I find Crocs to be a very fucking interesting thing though, because they started off as gardening shoes for old people, right?
Sure.
And then they were the ugliest shits. People started wearing them for just slipping in and out of the
Ironically,
house.
and things.
Well, no, but
Nurses
I've been
wore
telling, but
them.
they got really popular because like nurses and shit started wearing them because they are supposedly, I don't like them, but supposedly they're super comfortable. for
They're
some
super
people.
comfortable. I've slipped a pair on that someone
See,
had.
I didn't like them.
They're
tried 'em
super
on.
comfortable, but it's, I don't know. It's like getting blown by a dude.
Right. It feels good, but it's
And you look
is
down
it,
and realize you're gay.
right. But so if you go back and then there's this gap where they kind of died off and then they launched, like people started wearing them ironically, and they have a whole line of like sandal looking ones that don't look like the big ugly fucking things.
Well, they also have some that look like shoes.
Yeah.
Like there's like a pair of like
Yeah.
Toms.
They're expensive as fuck.
Dude,
now, too.
Toms dropped off the map just as quick as they arrived.
Yeah.
Like once they went downhill, they were fucking
Was it
gone.
because people realized they weren't giving as many shoes away as they said they were?
I didn't. I owned a pair of Toms,
Yeah.
and they were very comfortable.
See,
I enjoyed the Toms, and I'm not like that with
see
shoes.
after
most of the
after I
time.
found New Balances, it's them or nothing forever. Like I will not
got
wear
you.
other shoes as far as tennis shoes go.
I didn't consider Toms tennis shoes, but I had a pair of Toms and loved them. They were very comfortable, but I didn't buy them because they gave any away. I bought them because they were in style and
Right.
they were very comfortable.
Yeah.
That,
I still want to get like
you could make Toms that I like and tell me for every pair of these that you buy, we take a pair of shoes away from a
And
poor
you'd still buy
person.
'em.
I would still buy them.
oh 100%.
Because they're great. New Balance, if New Balance told me we take shoes and we take the Super Bowl loser shirts that we give to the poor kids in other countries. We take those away from people. Every pair of shoes you buy, we're like, well, people in that country better learn how to run quick because I
don't even think of it that much. I'm just like, okay, like I don't give a shit. It's the same way. Like I don't care what you say about Michael Jackson, Louis C.K. If I like their shit, we've talked about this before. Like I don't give a fuck about what they've done, and supporting, not supporting, give a shit. Like Kevin Spacey was an amazing fucking actor. I don't care what the fuck he did. Like I will watch his fucking.
You're telling me you're gonna go the rest of your life and never watch The Usual Suspects?
Yeah,
give me a fucking break.
Yeah, people. Well, there's people that won't watch.
He already got paid for it. He's not getting paid more.
Yeah, he is.
Not if you.
It depends on the deal that he made with the studio and all that shit.
Yes,
but it's like Harvey Weinstein. Like you really want to boycott every Weinstein movie ever? You'll never watch a Tarantino movie.
That's true.
Again, like and
but anything he makes now, Harvey Weinstein's not involved in.
Right,
the company that he did own,
but I'm talking about
anything previous to him getting busted,
and which is basically like 90% of the movies in the 90s.
Oh yeah,
and 2000s.
Sure.
Like
oh yeah.
So yeah, he's a piece of shit. Fuck him. I hope he gets raped to death in prison. But
I heard a big time lawyer recently say he's probably getting out. He just got flown to California to stand trial in California.
Yeah,
and the lawyer was explaining why, and it's like fuck, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
like. I'm not saying he shouldn't be in jail, but
I'm just saying I'm saying is if he committed the crimes that he's accused of committing, then fuck him. I don't give a fuck. But I'm still not going to like not watch his movies. Like I just don't give a shit about any of that stuff. And yeah, it sucks, and they should be punished accordingly. But I don't deserve to be punished by not watching those movies that I love.
Sure. Yeah. Like I said on Swamp Talk, you got to take the good and the bad. You have to take the good with the bad.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm not boycotting anything. Like
if you're watching, I would love for you to call and tell like the worst Christmas gift you've ever gotten or ever given someone.
What about you? What's the worst Christmas present you've ever gotten?
That I've ever gotten.
And who gave it to you?
I'm trying to think. The worst Christmas present I ever got. A shitty dollar store set of like socket wrenches.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Who gave it to
I
you?
used the shit out of them.
Yeah.
But
it's because we don't have tools. You need tools.
Right. But no, I used them because I needed tools at the time at my car. And when I got them, I just threw them in the back of my car and never got them out at home. And they just happened to be there.
Yeah. That's funny.
It's someone in my wife's family. I don't remember who it was. Yeah. Someone in my wife's family. So if you're listening, watching, whatever.
So yeah, I think one of the worst ones I've ever gotten was my ex-wife's mom.
Oh, I've thought of a worse one. Go ahead.
Gave me this fucking like fedora. And granted, I can't say I'm not guilty of ever wearing a fedora, but this one was one of the most god awful things I've ever seen. And I'm not above wearing shitty hats, and I wouldn't even wear this fucking hat. That's how bad it was. Yeah.
Didn't we both have a Levi's like basket weave fedora at one time?
Yeah, I think so.
That actually wasn't a bad looking one.
No.
But anyway.
No, and don't get me wrong. Like in general, I can rock hats, right? Depending, like per baseball caps, beanies, whatever. But yeah. Anyway.
Well, someone gave me a Bible for Christmas as an adult.
Oh,
I was an adult, and
that's
they gave
rough.
me a Bible for Christmas.
That's rough.
So
yeah, like when I was hardcore in the church thing, yeah, I got I've got a couple of really fucking nice Bibles, but is Joey doing meth? He's looking pretty Tiger King skinny. Yeah, dude, he's getting skinny as fuck, and it's upsetting to me because I have not lost anything at all. Look at this. Look at this shit.
I'm eating right. I'm eating right, Troy.
I need my beard to come back so I can cover this fucking waddle up right here.
I need my beard to come in for the first time.
Yeah, right.
This is 2 weeks of not shaving.
Yeah, dude, you can fucking rock the youth pastor look super easy, but
it's laziness.
Yeah.
And I did.
No, I meant how your facial hair grows. You can rock the thing, but
for sure.
Or the Amish neck beard, you can too.
I had one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. I'm just eating right, man. Glad to see the team back to. We've been back together for this is the third week back together.
Is it third week? I thought it was the second.
Nope. We just released 2 episodes.
Seems like it was just yesterday.
Nope. It was just yesterday that you added the part of the episode you're supposed to.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. It's the part that nobody cares about.
Troy, what are you getting for Christmas, man?
Yeah.
I was trying to think.
What's the worst gift you've ever given somebody? That's a very random thing because you've given somebody a blender?
No, I did last year or the year before. I don't remember. I did get my wife a KitchenAid mixer because that's what she asked for and
Right.
wanted. But yeah, I think I gave out.
See, I'm weird about. I don't feel like I've ever given a bad gift.
Interesting.
I've given some gifts that are better than others, but I don't think I've ever given a bad gift.
What
But
is
that's one
the
of the things
worst gift you've ever given? Even if it wasn't bad, what's the
I
worst?
can't think of one that's just been shitty. Like I'm pretty, like I told you, it's one of the things that we've talked about this before. That I'm an outstanding gift giver.
Mm-hmm.
And like, say my wife wanted a KitchenAid mixer, I wouldn't get her one.
Okay.
Not as a present.
So you're a great gift giver, but bad husband.
No, I would give her one, but not as her present.
Sure.
Yeah,
understand that.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's one thing. Like I pride myself on. I don't pride myself on a lot of things, but gift giving is fucking one of them.
Okay. Interesting.
But honestly, I also can't remember anything I've given for gifts over the last fucking, past like a year or two ago.
Gotcha.
Which I got my report back on my MRI, my brain MRI I had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to meet with the doctor here in a few weeks. I'm not going to talk about it on here right meow. I will whenever I get final diagnosis, but just in case my dad happens to remember where to listen to this podcast and listens to it again, I don't really want to give him that diagnosis yet.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But so you have a diagnosis or you have a...
I have the results of the test, and a write-up based on that shit. Why the heck do you think I'm such a pastor? The last y'all do, Steve Beck said, Troy is like a pastor. I'm the one that secret the Bible to Joey. The Santa Bible or the Satan Bible? I'm very confused, Troy. And all of a sudden, the reason we say that you're such a pastor is because
you are a pastor.
Isn't he a pastor?
I'm pretty sure he's a pastor.
He said he's not a pastor before.
That's humble.
That's humble brag.
Humble blessed.
No, but I feel like, but just to let Troy know, the motivational videos he does are very pastoral, like the way he speaks,
pastoral,
his mannerisms.
Yeah. Whatever. But I'm pretty sure he's a preacher at minimum.
Yeah, maybe.
Preaching the gospel of prosperity to them people in Nashville.
All right. So what were we saying? I completely derailed. Oh, yeah, the brain thing. So yeah. So I've gotten the results back and I've seen the write-up from the doc and the test, but I haven't had the appointment where she physically hands out the diagnosis.
Are we gonna get a phenomenon thing?
Oh, how
like
cool would that be?
The what the fuck was his name? I can't remember what's it. John Travolta, where he can make shit move with his hand.
Phenomenon,
like with his mind. Phenomenon. Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, that'd be cool, right?
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. So I haven't told you that yet, but I'll
what was another one?
And obviously I'll
Mind?
share it on. Never go full retard, man.
That's not a beautiful mind.
Is that not a beautiful mind?
No, that's Never Go Full Retard is
well, I know what that's from. That's from Tropic Thunder.
No. The movie he was talking about is I Am Sam.
I Am Sam. That's right.
Yes. Yeah. A Beautiful Mind is fuck, I can't think his name. He's fat now. I guess I can't run for what?
It's because you don't cuss? No, it's not just because you don't cuss. It's your mannerisms, darling.
No, it's not.
You could be a pastor.
I'm pretty certain you are the head of your church. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he stepped down recently.
Maybe he's the head deacon.
Could be.
Steven is a closet rain man. Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
I'll give him. Yeah. Anyway. It'll be a fun podcast reveal.
Will it be?
Yeah, it will be.
So
actually, you'll probably be like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I want so bad to write on the top to this bottle.
Oh, that
like it's without thinking. My instinct is to go to trace around the little lip of the thing there with this pen.
Because you're a cunt.
No, I mean I would have the same urge no matter whose bottle.
I know. It's because you're subconsciously a cunt.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sure, you don't want a little bit more of that?
I'm good. I still got some, man.
Okay.
I'm good. I appreciate it. Trying to think. I don't think I've got anything else now. I mean,
I honestly don't remember.
The dead 28-year-old son story and my wife.
We're about to find out Steve was born a female. If only that were true. That's why I'm so fat, man. It's the hormones.
Yeah.
I'm reaching menopause.
Yeah. And that's not how you spell his name, but
it's all right.
Whatever.
It's all right. Nobody knows. I get it all the time.
I got a question for you now that names have come up. Do you prefer Steve or Steven?
I don't.
Which one do you prefer?
I don't.
You don't care?
No. Yeah. It's funny to me. Like
when you introduce yourself to someone, what do you say?
It depends on the context the context of the meeting.
Okay. When would you use?
I'll tell you why. So it used to bother me a little bit, right? Back in the day, like when people called me Steve instead of Steven. but I'm used to it.
Yeah, it used to bother me when people called me Joe, and now I tell people that when I order food.
Yeah, and I don't. I go Steve.
I do because
the only
it's
time I
easier.
do Steve is in a business setting because they will always call me Steve anyway. Doesn't fucking matter if I say Steve, Steven, whatever. It will always go to Steve. Always.
It's interesting because I find that it almost always goes to Joe.
Yeah. For I can introduce my Steven. Fuck you, Troy. God damn it. He's always pushing the buttons, man. But yeah. So yeah, if I introduce myself as Steven in a work setting, it always goes to Steve. Always. I don't know why. It just does.
Okay.
And I used to not like it when I was younger because my dad always went by Steve, right? And I was like, I'm not fucking Steve. I'm Steven.
Yeah, Mr. Steve.
And he went, and his name is Larry, which is funny enough. Steven's his middle name.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It is weird, but my sister goes by her middle name.
Yeah. I'd be weird if I just started going by fucking Brian. Joey's the actual Joe Dirt.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I might be.
But you're my sister. You're my sister. Yeah. So but it's kind of where I don't care. I'll go either one. It's weird to me if family calls me Steve. Just because they've never have. Like I think one of my uncles called me Steve one time.
I do have something else to share. Go ahead.
But yeah, but weirdly enough, a lot of my like extended family calls me like either like hey Steve-O. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. Whatever.
Steve-O.
Yeah. But none of that shit bothered me. Like, dude, they called me T-Bone for forever. That was the closest thing I've had to a nickname. Yeah. And it was because I've never had a nickname that stuck ever, except for that one for a brief period of time with my family.
Okay. I want to get your reaction.
Okay.
I have a group text thread with my siblings on my dad's side.
Right. Yeah. And I know this.
We don't text often, but only when there's something going on, like working out details of Christmas. I never got my surprise from Joey after sending those pics. Please don't leak them. My members will go ape. Shit. You left off shit. Yeah.
I never got my surprise from Joey.
I don't share. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
Send us a picture of your dick, Troy, and we'll send you a t-shirt in return.
Yeah. I'll tell you if you're a pastor or not. So my sister sends a text message the other night that says, I'll have her daughter make sweets. What do you all want? And I just text back, no thanks, because I'm not eating sweets right now. Right. Although I probably will have a little something just because it's special. Yeah, whatever. But whatever.
Get to the point.
I'll have so-and-so make sweets / desserts. What do you all want? And I just text back, no thanks.
Right.
And then my sister Jessica texts, Joey isn't eating right now, which is her making a joke. Yeah. And then my brother texts, Jesus Christ, you are so fucking rude. I'm sorry, Paula. I really like no-bake chocolate oatmeal cookies.
Okay.
And yeah. And so I was in the process of sending this message, which is I ate enough sweets and shit that isn't good for me in Wisconsin last week.
Yeah.
And then that pops up as I'm hitting send on this other message. And so I was like, I wasn't sure. It's hard to tell someone's joking or not sometimes in a text message. So, but I assume he's not joking. It's because I don't know. That's just, things have been strange between me and David for the last 6 months or so.
Right.
So I just did the polite thing and highlighted his message and clicked haha.
Yeah.
So I said something to my wife and daughter about it. And Krista was like, well, maybe you should have said more than just no thanks. You know, I'm like,
why?
Because she's that kind of person. She is
wants to
give you more explanation so that you don't think you're kind of thing, and whatever. That's how some people are, and that it is. But I said, well, I'm really more interested in this whole thing with David or whatever, and because I really think it bothered him. And Olivia was like, yeah, it probably did. And my wife's like, yeah, but you constantly, when we're on vacation or whatever, like you pick on him. I'm like,
right.
Well, yeah, but that is what an older sibling does. I mean, but he does his own stuff back. Joey becoming the new skinny guy that makes us regular fat folk feel bad for eating trash. Well, you should. So, I mean,
he gloats in being a skinny bitch.
Yeah. But she's well, you pick on him. And I said, but that's what siblings do. Like, siblings are hard on each other, but most of the time you wouldn't let anyone else treat them that way or whatever. And so I was trying to explain to my wife how that works, and Olivia's going, yeah, like me and Matthew and Gabe are all the time, like we will rip each other a new one, but no one else
Right.
is allowed to. And some always like, you don't understand because you don't have a sibling or whatever. But the main thing is I wanted your reaction to the message from David, and more than just I don't care, like that because that's great conversation. But then also like to get your take on siblings as far as that goes. Like, am I running the right direction in what I'm saying about siblings or whatever?
No, I mean, it depends on the siblings, obviously, but
in general.
I mean, I feel like too, a lot of times the closer you are, the harder time you give each other. I mean, just because you know each other better, and there's still, I'm sure there's still like, whether it's spoken or unspoken, I'm sure there's still some limits of shit you're probably not going to say just because whatever. But I don't know, like to me, again, but I know David well enough to know that he can be weirdly sensitive randomly about weird shit.
Yeah, he has a temper and an anger problem.
Right. And I don't care about that, but I'm just
saying,
but I'm saying
he would explode on something like that if it hit him at the right time.
Right. Hit him at the right time. He can be a little bitch. Because I give him shit too, because I've known him since he was fucking whatever. That's one reason why he won't come on this podcast, because he doesn't want
thinks we're going to gang up on him.
And we would.
And he doesn't realize that if he sat down here and came after me, you would just sidle right up next to him, and the two of you would attack me.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't understand.
Which was funny, like when we had Mike on here, and you guys just fucking bashed on me and called me basically a child
I'd never met
for
him
an hour and a half. Yeah, it was just.
Well, I've tried to explain it to my wife. She's like, I'm not going to go in there because you guys are just going to like corner me and say all this. We're like, no, we won't. All you got to do is sit down and right off the get, just attack me. Yeah. And it's on. It's the two of you against me.
Well, we have never once ganged up on any guest.
No.
Like usually it's gone like our guest, somebody will like, talk shit about the other one, but it goes pretty evenly, I think.
Yeah.
Like Troy, I feel like busts my balls way more than he busts your balls. But and Andre does too. Like I feel like I get
because I'm so skinny, you can't see my balls.
Right. I can still barely see the tip of my dick. But I can still see it. I can still see it.
Even skinny, I can't see the tip of mine.
But I mean, I feel like that's an unreasonable fucking reaction. But again, it probably depends on how it hit him. Like I think that's stupid. Because to me, especially with a sibling,
and he could be joking, and I'm just misreading it. Although I doubt it.
Right? No, I don't think it was a joke.
Yeah.
But just because I know David well enough, I think that was just like, well, that was fucking rude. Like it hit him weird. But like to me, especially with a threat of my siblings, I don't owe you more of an explanation. If you want one, you can ask.
No, I don't. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. But I mean, like it'd be kind of like the same way. If you text me, it's like, hey, do you want blah blah blah? Or I text you and you're like, nah. I'm like, okay. Like I don't need another explanation. If I want it, I'll be like, well, fucking why? Like I think it's a great idea. Why do you want that? And then talk about it. But for the most part, like you're like, yeah, no, like you're the one of the most shortest texters in the world, though. Like you're constantly listening. Okay.
It's because most of the time when you text me, I'm in the middle of something at work or driving. Right. You almost never text me when I'm just sitting at home doing nothing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. No, but I'm just saying, like and I know you also do it sometimes because it'll fucking
sometimes.
Yeah. Just like
sometimes,
especially when you're like sweet.
Well,
like you goddamn piece of shit.
The Apple Watch has made it much work my short text much because it's just a quick scroll to a quick message and it's just okay, no, whatever, and it's just made it easier.
Yeah, well, in mine I put a couple custom lines in there so I could quickly, like I could say fuck off.
I did too,
shit like that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think siblings are weird, but I don't feel like as for people like you don't owe siblings explanations for shit unless they ask for it.
I can see situations where you owe them an explanation, but
I don't think you ever owe them I think you can give them an explanation because you know them that they would appreciate one, and so you could volunteer one, but I don't think it's ever owed.
I think I could come
expected.
Right now when I think anyone, sibling or otherwise, would be owed an explanation, but
when are they owed?
If you tell them you're going to do something for them and then you have to back out when it's time, I think you owe them an explanation.
I don't think you owe them one. I feel like
if you committed to doing it, you owe it to them. That doesn't mean you're going to do it or have to do it, but I think you owe it.
No, I feel like giving it to them is the right thing to do, but you don't owe anybody shit.
All right, I understand. If you really boil it down to that, for sure. But we're just talking in general.
Yeah, if you're wanting to maintain a whatever relationship or semblance of one,
if you want to not be an asshole person, then that's what you should do.
I don't like it as looking at owing. I look at it as like it's the right thing to do, so you do it. Like that's how I look at it.
It's the same thing.
Maybe
it's how you're compartmentalizing it. I get it, but we're saying the same thing. We're saying it differently.
I know.
So here's why I know David was serious.
Okay.
You sent me, and I want to talk about this in a moment. Or just really let you kind of get up because text doesn't work. But you sent me the new Dashboard Confessional video the other night.
Right.
Which I listened to it. It is. And we'll talk about that in a moment. So I forwarded it to David and just said, have you heard this yet? Because we both listened to Dashboard Confessional. We've been to a couple of shows together or whatever. And he said, I hadn't heard that yet. I just listened to it, though. It reminds me of old Dashboard. Same.
Yeah. That's why.
And then 7 minutes later, he texted me again and said, "Man, I've just kept listening to it. It's a good one. I feel like I needed this song right about now. Thanks for sending it to me."
Okay.
And so that to me then went, yep, I was right. There's something else going on. It struck him wrong. He meant what he said, but it just struck him wrong, and that was his reaction. And which also meant, well, I'm glad I didn't try to spar with him through a text message, because first of all, that's stupid.
Right.
But, he's going through his own thing, and he'll figure it out. So,
yeah.
Anyway, now, dashboard.
Yeah.
You didn't text me a lot about it. You texted me a little bit, and I'll text you a little bit about it. But I really wanted to kind of hear you break it down, because I know how you listen to music.
Yeah.
And you've listened to it probably 2 or 3 different ways.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to
I think keeping it in, again, so I also compartmentalize music as far as like comparing things to each other. Like you can't compare, Dashboard to 4 Year Strong to fucking the Beatles. Like they're all in their own categories. But as far as the work that he's put out, it's the best thing he's done in years.
10 years.
Not only because I like it because it's nostalgic, right? It harkens back to screaming infidelities and all that shit. It's the same vibe. The songwriting is much better. Like it's a much more mature, like writing, vocally, like the whole nine. Like it's like he moved away from that because he got tired of fucking doing it and he wanted to do something else, and he's kind of come back home with that song.
Swimming through all that pussy.
Right. Yeah. He got fucking tired. No, but I'm just saying it was almost like, because he's perfected that form. Right.
Sure.
And I feel like this is a reflection of the fullness of what he did. Like it's come full circle. Right. And now it's like the perfected version of what he started doing.
Yeah.
And he went through all this other shit. But outside of that, I think like just the vibe behind it's very nostalgic. And for Dashboard, I think it's one of his best songs, if not his best song he's fucking released. Because
ever.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I disagree, but it's probably because of nostalgia that I disagree.
Right. And again, I'm not going for nostalgia. I'm just talking from a writing standpoint, arrangement, musically, like it's perfect. It's recorded well. And like it even takes the original recording style and amplifies it, right? It's just like this huge fucking guitar sound, and they're gorgeously layered and put on top of each other. It's fucking fantastic. Like for Dashboard, if you like Dashboard, to me, it's a top tier release.
Yeah.
And for nostalgic and how it hits, but I could listen to his old records now and they don't fucking hit the same way as they did when I was on emotional, lack of a better word, or
they still hit the same for me.
No,
they don't make me emotional like they used to, but as far as like, for the most part, they feel
weirdly enough, as shitty as my memory is, one of the things that can bring back memories for me is music.
Well, yeah, it's powerful.
Yeah.
That's why Satan had control over it.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I feel like as far as his catalog goes, it's the best thing he's done to date.
Okay. I'm not sure I completely agree with that, but that's fine.
Yeah.
And
maybe I'm talking more of a technical,
Yeah, I think you are. But I figured you would probably listen to it in 3 different ways. And analyzed it 3 different ways.
Yeah.
So
like it's not as raw. It's much more polished.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But it's the first time he's really conveyed any type of like feeling in his shit for a while. Like he always has, off of any release that he's done, he's one of those guys that has like 1 or 2 really great tracks per record.
Yeah.
But that's about it for me. And sometimes just like one, like his last album they did before this is like, there's one song that I think is fucking great. The rest of it's just fucking trash. And again, this is just my enjoyment and how I hear it.
Sure.
And like, I like seeing bands evolve and move forward. Like, I don't expect my favorite band to stay sounding the fucking same for 20 fucking years. Like, I like when they try new things and change, but like, I didn't like he changed up his, kind of like Mike Herrera with MXPX, right? Changing how he sang. And like when their newest record, he went back to singing how he fucking used to sing, and it's so much better.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think he needs to shave though, because the voice doesn't sound right. He needs to cut that fucking stupid ass haircut that he's got. So fucking stupid, dude. You're 50 years old.
Yeah, he is like 50.
He's got to be like 50.
Nah, he's. I think he's late 40s.
All right.
He's still a sexy ass motherfucker.
Oh yeah, for sure. But that voice doesn't sound right with that big, just for men black beard.
It doesn't bother me, but
it just as soon as I saw him and that voice came out, that old Dashboard voice came out, I was like,
it's not as bad as the one he had more recently, the blonde, like that was.
Oh, the blonde for sure, but he still has the same haircut. It's just not blonde anymore. Who is Christmas about, Jesus or Santa?
Neither, Trevor. It's about people's fucking selfishness is what the fuck it's about.
Fuck Santa Claus.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, fuck the American Jesus. So
marry, fuck, kill. Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay. Malcolm X.
No, that's not a necrophiliac.
Yeah.
or the head elf.
Oh, you're
Will Ferrell. No. Yeah. Fuck's that. What is? I feel like
consumerism. Amen.
Well, yeah, but that's everything though. This is the U.S., man. Everything is consumerism now.
Yeah, but consumerism is it's God.
It is. It
drives everything, including ironically,
the political party. It's everything.
It's the church. It's all
the church.
consumerism.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was going into the Christian bookstore earlier, just kind of reignited this thought. I was like, if you're really trying to get the gospel out of there, why does a Bible cost $100?
Right. Well, I've talked about that before. Like, I have no problem with a separate, like its own business Christian bookstore. What I think is ridiculous, and what has always eaten me the fuck up, especially if you're a Christian and you're going through and you're believing like the shit in the church, like Jesus driving out the fucking merchants with a whip, right, in the temple, because they've made their fucking, the temple a fucking
desecrated the temple.
Desecrated the temple because it's a place of business instead of a holy spot. But yet you have these mega churches that have their own fucking bookstores that sell books from the fucking pastor and Bibles,
but
in the goddamn bookstore,
not in the holiest of holies.
Jesus Christ! But it's still on the temple grounds. But anyway, I'm just saying, like, I think that's funny. Like, if you really love, why didn't you just give the shit away? Like in your books, if you want to sell that shit in a chain store, fucking whatever.
Hey, I put some holy water on last week.
Oh yeah,
from the Basilica of St. Josephat in Milwaukee.
Oh, good job.
I went to lunch and I was like, God, I've still got 4 hours before my flight. I'm not going and sitting at the airport. And so I just Googled like sites of Milwaukee. And the only one that was the closest one that wasn't going to cost me a lot of money to go to that was open was the Basilica of St. Josephat. It was very interesting, like walking, because you could just on your own go and walk through everywhere.
Church,
You just couldn't go up onto they call the stage the sanctuary in the Catholic Church, which is, I wanted to walk up there because I was gonna walk there, stand behind the pulpit for a minute and look at it. Yeah. But they had some parts of it blocked off. I took shitloads of pictures. But they had a thing there, which is all Catholic churches have the holy water or whatever. But I just saw it there and I was like, surely there's no holy water in here.
Yeah.
And it was right close to one of the where you light the candle and whatever it's called. And I pushed the little button on the thing and water came out. And I was like, all right. No, I didn't do that. But I did stuck my hand in there and I was like, well, let's just see.
Yeah.
And I did a little on my head and a little behind the ears. No, I didn't do that. But it just for the fuck of it. Just because. Why not?
Good job.
But anyway.
I hate all Christmas music, Trevor. All of it. Every fucking bit.
They're playing Christmas music at work and I'm pissed turning into the Grinch. I don't think it has to do with the Christmas music, Trevor. You sound like you're going through some shit.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But we love you and we're here for you, buddy.
Well, Stephen's a pastor. He'll counsel you.
Yeah, right.
And you got Troy too.
Pastor Troy.
Yeah, Pastor Troy.
Yeah, maybe Troy's his problem.
Yeah, I don't think so, but
I don't know.
You know what I meant?
I'm just saying maybe they were secret blaster buddies and somebody ended it.
Oh,
dude,
God.
I'm fucking trademarking that term, blaster buddies.
Blaster buddies. Who's the master blaster?
Right. The pastor blaster.
Yeah,
right.
Well, I think that's what the that's the worship leader is, the pastor blaster.
Pastor blaster. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Jesus
anyway.
Christ. I don't know, man. I got completely sidetracked by your boring ass fucking holy water story.
No, just
you should have drank it though. You absolutely should have drank some.
That's disrespectful.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's disrespectful.
Would have anybody seen it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There are plenty of other people walking.
All right, then I get that then.
It's still disrespectful, but I'm more likely to do it if nobody else is going to see it.
Exactly.
But God would see it.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
that's funny. That's amazing.
Yeah, sure.
So do you guys have any specific Christmas traditions with your family?
No. So we did Christmas with my mom's side of the family early this year. And I don't remember if I told this the last time or not. But
it was toilet water.
It was toilet water. It probably was.
Yeah.
But this year, first time that I can remember, my great aunt, it's at her house, made everybody gather around the piano and she played and we had to sing Christmas songs. And so I just sat on the couch kind of behind everybody and Jessica was next to me and her husband. And I just had my phone out just like scrolling through like social media and stuff. And every once in a while when I felt like people were looking around, I'd be like, Like,
Yeah.
And Jessica looks over. She goes, "Are you recording this for the podcast?" It's like, no, but I should be.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, my thing now, whenever the family prays, because I mean, I out of respect, will shut my fucking mouth or whatever. But I always, when we finish, I always like to call one of the kids. I'm like, "Hey, so and so had their eyes open." No, I didn't. I was on.
Really?
Yeah.
That's. You do that to people?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. That makes sense that you're doing that.
Yeah.
But I thought you were saying other people did that.
No.
Okay.
I like to fuck with the kids because they get upset. Like, I didn't pray. I was praying. I was praying too.
Okay.
Like, no, you weren't. I saw you. You were looking at the turkey. You wanted food more than you wanted to talk to Jesus.
That's funny.
Upset. Yeah.
That's funny. I'm good. I have one more Christmas thing to go out on, and I think you'll enjoy it.
Are we singing?
No.
Okay.
No. Humming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But no, that's it. Anybody else? I know Trevor's
fired up, man.
Burning
just so you know,
wrapping paper
fucking
right now.
Trevor, like I'm right here. I fucking hate Christmas. I hate everything about it. I hate spending time with my family for Christmas. I hate seeing Christmas shit. I hate going places during Christmas more than I hate going these other. Why? What?
Why do you hate seeing Christmas stuff? If you're driving down the road and you see Christmas stuff, why do you hate that?
No. So I don't look at him like, ugh, I hate that shit. I'm just saying, like, in stores and seeing all this shit, like, it just annoys the fuck out of me. People want to decorate their house, all that shit doesn't bother me. Like, it's
why do you hate seeing it in stores?
It's just because it's representative of the time of year we're about to fucking hit. Like, it's just
what I mean. Like, I'm not trying to challenge that. I'm trying to. What is it? Who cares? The time of year. It's a new year. It's a new birth.
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm just.
No, it's just because it signifies when Christmas shit's going, when Christmas shit starts hitting the shelves, right? It's signifying the fucking shit show that's about to ensue over the next few months. And it makes me I associate them together and I fucking hate it.
Okay.
Like the first time I walk in somewhere and there's Christmas music playing, it's just like, oh, fuck. I hate it.
Jesus Christ. So you're unhappy since like May. Right. Because they start earlier and earlier.
October
now.
This year. Yeah. I was like, fucking hell. Yeah, I hate it. I hate it so fucking much. Everything fucking about it. I really don't.
I feel
but here's
like
the thing though. Amanda loves Christmas, right?
Yeah.
My wife does part of it's because like her dad loved it and they decorated stuff. So we decorate the house now, like because I love her and like it makes her happy, so it makes me happy, right? So it's not about
does it?
Yeah, it makes me happy for her to be.
You're
happy.
glad to see her happy.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm glad to see her happy. So I don't mind doing it. Like it doesn't bother me. I'm not annoyed by it. It's just like because that's what she likes and whatever. That's what I'll do. And again, so if people decorate their house, like I still think it's fun to like look at Christmas lights because that shit's especially people to go like put all the time in. I think it's fucking stupid, but it looks cool. Like a good Christmas light setup looks fucking awesome from an aesthetic standpoint.
Yeah.
But outside of that shit, like the crowds, how people act, and I hate Christmas music. I think it's fucking shitty, but just, I don't know. I just, the whole package, there's nothing about it that I like. There's no redeeming factor at Christmas for me. None.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I think in the new year, unless something happens and Trevor snaps out of it, he's going to drop the most fire album because he's in that dark place.
Yeah.
And he's some good's going to come out of it.
Yeah. Good with the bad.
Yeah. Good with the bad. Just don't get divorced, man. You haven't been married long enough. That would be quicker than you.
I know. All I'm saying is with that, and I'm not recommending it to anyone, but I'm just saying if you know shit's bad and you want out, don't fucking wait 5 years to do it. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I understand that, but I think you should give it a shot first.
Yeah, it all depends on what the situation is.
Well, sure, but everything depends on that.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but I'm just saying there's no point in giving it 4 years if you know shit's done in 6 months.
Yeah, but there's no way. I mean, that also depends on how much you're putting into it at that point when you're like, this feels like it's done. But, and this is also where you're not the greatest person to take this advice from because you're one of those people that it's a switch that gets flipped.
Yeah.
It's not a gradual thing for you.
No, it's on or off.
Yeah.
But I also know
that's not a healthy way to be with relationships.
I disagree.
You can disagree all you want. It doesn't make it right.
Right.
It's
doesn't
just
make
not
you right either. It's just a
no,
different
it
way
doesn't.
Of looking at
but it is a different way of looking at it. It's
because
just not a healthy way to look at it because
unhealthy,
you could be having a bad day and flip that switch.
No,
and
no.
You can though.
No, you can't. Not me. That's not how.
Maybe not you, but I'm just saying in general, a normal person that flips a switch can do that for sure. You're special.
Maybe. I am special.
Yeah.
But no, but what I'm saying is like for me, like right when it clicks in me that shit's fucking done, it's fucking done. Like I know it's done at that point. Like, and because I've evaluated, I've taken different things into consideration.
Sure, but there's no way to know.
There's no way to know anything for that matter.
I understand that. I'm not saying it's right or wrong for you. I'm just saying it's not the healthiest way to do things. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I think it depends on your skill set of evaluating situations.
Okay. If your skill set at evaluating a situation is that good, then why are you, not just you, anyone that makes that claim, how did you get into a relationship with somebody?
Because there's factors you don't see at the time, right? Because
which should come into your evaluation.
Possibly, but when somebody's checking on the boxes, because people can be deceitful, people can lie, people can act one way and then become another after something happens.
Sure.
Or there might be behavioral patterns that, exactly. But there might be behavioral patterns.
Yeah, Trevor's exactly the type of person I'm talking about. His switch flips nonstop, so he shouldn't make any decision based on where his switch is at.
Yeah, no, I understand that. But what I'm saying is practically speaking, and I'm not talking about I'm just saying at the point you realize that it's done, no matter where that is. And I'm not talking about just a switch flipping. I'm talking about like when you're at a point and you realize that I can keep working on this, but pros versus cons, it doesn't fucking make sense to keep doing it. Like I'm beating my head against the wall at this point. That's the point where you should just cut your losses and fucking go. Like there's no point in beating your head against the fucking wall.
I think even that though is different for different people.
It is. It's whatever you're willing to tolerate.
It also depends on where you put where you personally put worth in things.
Right.
So yeah, whatever.
Exactly. But I also look at all relationships as being fully expendable.
Okay.
All relationships.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that factors into that. So to me, like, again, so there's different factors. Somebody can hide a lot of shit up to a certain point, right?
Sure.
And whenever you see those true colors, or it doesn't have to be a person with any situation, when you realize that's a point that like the risk versus reward, so to speak, changes, get the fuck out. It's like fucking invest in the stock market. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
like,
it could change again.
It could. Like, that doesn't mean it can't, but I'm just saying it's going to take. Is it worth waiting 5 more years for shit to flip back around?
Well, sure. I mean, I understand you're taking a chance on that, but I mean, if you've got time invested into it already, why wouldn't you?
Why would you? To me, I look at it, it's wasted time. Because you can
depends. Because when it comes back around, it could be the best thing that's ever happened to you.
Jump back into it then.
It's not coming back around at that point. You're done with it.
You keep in touch, whatever the fuck you want to do.
But we're talking about the way you handle things. You're done with it.
Yeah.
You're not going. Are you going to remarry someone that you decided it was over with?
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're making my point now.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm just saying some people, like, they reconnect down the road and shit happens. What the fuck ever. And that doesn't mean you can't be open to things later. But I'm just, my point is like, life's too fucking short to be stuck in somewhere you're goddamn miserable. Be fucking selfish. And when you're done, fucking be done. Nothing's forever. It's fucking exactly. Life's too short, man. Like, if you're unhappy and you're consistently unhappy, get the fuck out. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's whatever it is. Like, as soon as with anything, like, I'm fucking miserable and I know it's done, just fucking
saying, just get out because you're consistently unhappy is not good advice, though, because you don't know. It could be you that you need to fix something.
Yeah.
And it could be that you need therapy or something like that. And it's not that you need to get out of the relationship.
Right.
You need to fucking fix yourself, like man up or woman up or cowboy up, whatever you're going to call it.
There's a lot of factors, but
there is. But unhappiness should never be the only thing.
Not the only thing, no, but it's a huge fucking factor.
All right.
From a personal standpoint, I'm saying that people put a lot of emphasis on selflessness, and there should be more emphasis on selfishness in certain areas. Within a relationship, selflessness is important, 100%.
Yeah, some of the time, a lot of the time.
But if you're the only person who's responsible for making you happy, right? Which I believe nobody else is responsible for your happiness but fucking you. And so, and again, I'm talking, I don't like humans, Troy or Trevor. I don't like even myself. I include myself in this. But my point being is we're talking in generalities, right? Because you can always nuance shit to death and say, well, what about this? What about this? I'm talking in broad strokes. If you feel like that you've done what you can in this situation, fucking go. If you're done, be done. Like, most of the time people stay in shitty situations because some type of feeling of emotional obligation to another human being or to a job or to the expectation of their parents or whatever the fuck it is. Most misery is tied to emotional attachment.
Okay. I can see that.
Right. And what I'm talking about, again, I'm not talking about just, oh shit, I'm having a bad day, I'm fucking done. And I know that's what you're saying, that some people can't differentiate, or
most people can't differentiate.
Right. And I get that, but I'm talking about if you're a place in your life that you've done everything, like for a normal person, you've done everything that you consciously know how to do, and you've gone through shit and you're still fucking done, be done at that point. Like you have to realize at some point you're the only one responsible
Sure.
for your happiness, and another person fucking can't. And so
No,
at
I
that
understand
point,
that, but
yeah.
I mean, if the other person's not responsible for your happiness, then that makes me want to go, oh, well, then they're probably not the reason I'm unhappy.
Exactly.
So why do I need to leave them? Why do I need to fix myself so that this relationship can be a
Right.
happy relationship?
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes it's going to take a lot longer than it takes, and you're making somebody else fucking miserable. I mean, there's tons of fucking factors, but also at the same time, if you don't want to be there, don't be there. That's my whole point. Do what the fuck you want to do. If you want out, be out. Maybe it could have been better down the road.
I guess then my thing is more like, if that's how you are as a human being, then you shouldn't be getting into committed relationships with people.
I don't know. You might find one. Like again, it depends on
You
what
might,
that
but you also
switch
might
is.
fuck up a lot of people as well, and that's part of not being an asshole in society.
I disagree.
Why?
I disagree that my responsibility is not to like fulfill you as another human being.
I understand that. I'm not talking about fulfilling someone
or make you happy or disappoint you. That's not my problem.
I understand that, but it is still an asshole thing to jump into relationships aren't going anywhere constantly.
Now that's a different story though.
But that's in general what you're when I said, if that's the case, you shouldn't go and be serious with anyone, marry anyone or whatever if
you don't think it's going to work.
Well, no, but I forget what your exact words of your statement were that sparked that
my
thought.
My point is, let me throw everything out and just say,
fuck did you wait till it was?
I don't know.
Almost at 2 hours to
my
start
point,
this
my
shit.
point is, if you know you're done, be done. That's my point. Whatever that is for you, whatever that situation is for you, not just a switch. When you realize that shit's done, something's done, be done. Cut it off. Don't stay friends. Don't keep in touch with this person forever. When you're done, be done. It makes life so much simpler. Like shit, decisions are only as complicated as we make them. Because most of the time we're concerned about other people's emotional stability or attachment or whatever the fuck it is. So take everything else for you where you're at. If you're done, be done. Because you're going to do the other person a favor too by ripping the fucking Band-Aid off and getting the fuck out.
I could see that in some relationships for sure.
With any toxic and unhealthy environment, get the fuck out if you're done. Don't drag it on. Make each other miserable. Because a lot of people make each other miserable for years trying to work things out.
I just feel like most people, most of the time when someone says a toxic or unhealthy environment, they don't really know what the fuck they're talking about. They're just not happy that day.
Yeah, I'm talking about two people that are constantly ruining each other's lives. You know,
sure.
Or you get to the point in a relationship, even if it's not working out, if you get to the point where you realize you don't want to work on it anymore, get the fuck out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like it, but as long as you own that shit.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I'm not saying own it by, I don't mean own it by doing it. I mean, own it by saying, this is all me.
Yeah. Like, and to me, I
don't want to be here anymore.
Right. But to me, the rational thing, and I'm not talking about like, I get what you're saying about being an asshole, right? But to me, to know when things are ready to be done and getting out, like not going into it, realizing like, hey, I'm just going to get my fucking rocks off. I'm going to make them think we're serious till I get what I want. And then I'm out. I'm not talking about that shit. I'm talking about like you can get a relationship with a fucking open mind and, you know, you get to a point and you can be honest and open, but
sure. That's just not what I was talking about. And I can't remember what you said that sparked that thought in me. And so I can't re-articulate.
I think it was the switch. Like when your switch flips.
No, that wasn't it. Cause that was fucking 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, whatever. Merry fucking Christmas, you piece of shit. You
yeah.
emotionally attached to fucking bitch.
Over 2 hours.
Who fucking cares?
I care. It makes the social media job harder.
Oh my God, you're such a bitch.
Well, I have the right to be because I'm the one that does the social media.
Instead of doing the fucking bullshit headliner thing, why don't you just pull up the video that you go through anyway, fucking take a clip and go.
That's even harder than doing it the other way. Yes, it is.
You're too picky.
Whatever. All right. We will be back next week with the 2021 award show. Oh, what is both of our definition of a relationship? That's hard to define, Trevor. There's too many different types of relationships. I mean, family relationships, friends.
I think it's talking about a romantic relationship.
I mean, maybe is, maybe isn't. That's still hard to define. I mean, it's very
ideal.
different.
I think ideal is a better word than perfect.
Yeah, I don't know how I would explain that. I don't know how my wife. I don't know how I would explain that.
Good explanation.
No, I don't. I know she listens to some of this, but she never finishes an episode, so she's not going to hear that anyway.
Well, I think just real quick for me, an ideal relationship is somebody that's understanding of the shit you have and the problems you have, and vice versa, and that you're completely open about those things or willing to have hard conversations. That's an ideal relationship.
Okay, I can accept that.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what I said. Like just brutal fucking honesty and acceptance, and kind of like our relationship in the sense of I don't expect anything from you.
Sure.
You don't expect anything from me, with the exception of if we're married, like I expect your support for whatever, and I support you, like, right? It's that mutual respect, I guess.
Right.
But yeah.
Well,
all right.
The 2021 award show is going to be next week. So yeah, we'll see you guys then. Tune in for some awards.
All right.
Look, you know I'd do anything you did, but I'm a Jehovah's Witness. We're not supposed to celebrate Christmas.
I've been thinking about that. I may have a loophole. What if you were a Jehovah's Witness that was merely pretending to be into Christmas, gathering clues and blending in to take down the holidays from within?
You mean like a spy investigating? Making it seem like I'm celebrating when actually I'm infiltrating Santa's operation? Yoip! Going deep, cover past enemy lines, making everybody think I'm on the Christmas side. Rocking warm sweaters, hanging big ass lights. If the fat man could see me, always gotta look right. I watch all the TV specials that I never could. I'll even cry during sad ones like James Bond would.
Give us a thumbs up on Facebook at B3F Podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Twitch at B3F Podcast. And on Instagram at B3F_podcast. YouTube has all of our videos. Support us on Patreon or buy me a coffee at B3F Podcast. Send all your questions or comments to admin at B3Fpodcast.com. Find us online at B3Fpodcast.com. Rate us and review us wherever you listen. And as always, thanks for listening.